Right, let's see if we can get some of these motherfuckers on. Talk about this Chuggaaconroy situation. We'll see if there's any disagreements to be had. I'm convening the rape council right now. We're convening the rape council.
Rape?
Hello, Kuihman.
God, I'm
Bowblax,
so
hello.
based.
Lerix, hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me on.
Pleasure. Ball means cam up if you wish. No pressure.
Oh, sorry, I can't right now, but sorry.
Dude, we're YouTube commentary channels. We're not gonna cam up. Come on.
Okay, that's fine.
Should have made Bowblax lose his call, just like Mr. Girl did, so you can be just like Mr. Girl from the hit series Destiny. I was actually kind of trying to work Bowblax off a bit. It didn't work. I think because he's like a massive stoner now. I think he's not quite doesn't quite have the passion he used to. He's apathetic and boring. It's kind of taken it out of him. I did try to throw out some little prods. What did I say about him? I said that women think it's sexual harassment when he hits on them, and I was saying just pedo shit as well, like, try and make him think, play with the pedo line a bit, try and work him up, because I know Bowblax gets a bit, he gets a bit touchy about the pedo. A lot of these autistic guys online do. They get a bit easily worked up about the pedo stuff. And that's how I've seen them act before. So I was hoping for the best there, but I don't think it really landed with him. Didn't quite set him off the way I wanted it to.
Fine. Right, how do we start this? I mean, I've got a fairly reasonable...
He's a pedophile. He's a pedophile.
Is that it? You think that?
No. I don't. I mean, I just hit the fucking label game. I mean, call him what you will. I think, like, basically, he calls for further investigation. Sorry, though. Keep going.
No. Listen, I'm just want to throw it out there and get the ball rolling, really. So you're not necessarily playing the label game, but you think he's done bad enough. You said on your stream, I think he was guilty. Do you think he might have committed some crime?
I necessarily don't know the guilty game. I was more saying guilty as a sense of just like, I mean, he's guilty of doing the shit, like predatory, I guess. I think labels are kind of useless in this situation.
Wait, no way is Bowblax, but dude, his sister was creeped on by a teacher, so he's probably more sensitive to it than others. Is that a thing he's actually said online? Why would you tell people this? He said it in the Mr. Girl debate, bro. Dude. Oh, man. Like, why say stuff like this? Especially when it's about family. I don't know, man.
Situation where it's like, is he really a pedophile? I don't know. Is he an hebephile? I don't know. Like these terms are kind of like a little bit ridiculous. But it's a 19-year-old talking to a...
Yeah, so Rita's absolutely hit it here. Oh, you have this opinion? Just wait till you hear my address, social security number, and password. So many people like this. Yeah, you couldn't waterboard that information out of me personally. I simply would not tell people that.
15-year-old. And he's also, while he's talking and sexting to her, he's fetishizing her
wonderful.
age as he's talking to her. Saying, like,
off
you're really a
depressing?
lolly, aren't you? Like, dude,
Okay.
what?
Um,
And it's not like, because there's been previous situations in the past, like, I'm sure, I don't know if you're familiar with the Zapdie thing that happened a few years ago, but he had this one line that incriminated the fuck out of him, saying he was like a 20-year-old talking to a 16-year-old, and he said, "You're worth getting arrested for." And that line is like the main thing incriminating against him.
Chud, head of the rape council. Well, I think he's de facto head of the rape council, given he made it. Didn't consult anyone else on it, and just sort of, placed them on the rape council. So yeah, I think by default he is the head of the rape council. Yeah, this was yesterday.
But then a few weeks later, he cut off contact because he noticed it was weird and everything. But this is as if Zapdie would have said, "You're worth getting arrested for," like 50 times to a bitch. Like, there's no, I don't think there's like necessarily plausible deniability to say that this isn't, that this was just jokes and memes.
okay. Bowblax, any sort of further thoughts on that at all?
Yeah, so I think the most damning thing about that, besides like the obvious messages itself, themselves, is those Discord screenshots that she included of him talking about the incident, like in 2021, like a decade later, and he's like, "Oh, remember that silly thing we did as kids? Why don't we do it again?" Like, there's no like remorse or regret or like, "Oh, that was cringe. I'd never do that again." It was like, let's do it again. And obviously she's an adult at that time, but the fact that he looks back at that moment as like something that was silly and fun and he was fond of, rather than like
Something he
why
thinks
did I
of when he
do
jerks
that,
off.
you know?
Yeah, it's a highlight in his life.
Yeah, because like at least with Zaptai, right? He was like,
Good start. Hello, guys.
he like regretted like interacting with that girl, but with Chuggaaconroy here, he's like, yeah, let's do it again, you know? So
Okay, but who is like actually hurt? That's what...
Okay, Nick DeOrio coming in without knowing anything is funny, and I don't even care that he does that, because he asks good questions. He's like he's got a reasonable thought process, you know, which is like more than 90% of people online. So it doesn't matter if he doesn't have all the information. Just from sort of like context and the bits he picks up on the fly, he can have a reasonable conversation with it. But the issue is that he takes the fact he doesn't know what's going on, and he uses that to like meme on the conversation. If you're just like memeing on the discussion, especially if there's like a, you know, we're getting to like a tense point in the discussion where there's a core disagreement being finally reached, and then he memes, it totally diffuses it. So I just wish he would, you know, because it's not like he has to meme, because he could totally give reasonable takes with just the things he's picking up on the fly, because he's like not a fucking idiot. I just wish he would come in and take it a little bit seriously. It's kind of annoying. It's only annoying. No, it's funny for the most part. It's like funny 90% of the time. It's only annoying in those moments where you're actually getting to a good part of the discussion, and then he does it because it just totally takes all the wind out of the sails. Because there's a lot of times where the conversation's in a lull and he makes a joke, and it's good then. That's good, because there's nothing else going on. It might spark people to start talking again. But if it's at a tense point and he makes a joke, well, okay, now it's on site. Now it is on site.
What I don't get.
Like,
doesn't seem to be a victim here.
A victimless crime.
So just to explain the dynamic here, okay? Right? Obviously, I know your take, Bowblax and Lerix. I watched your stream yesterday. I've covered it myself, and I've got some perspectives. But Kuihman had, I think, an alternative take, and I just wanted to throw it out there to see if we get some discourse going. So,
I mean, she doesn't have to be traumatized for it necessarily to still be like predatory, right?
I feel like this is an everyday occurrence, and any woman that grew up with the internet will tell you they had conversations like this. People they probably shouldn't have. 15 and 19 isn't really that fucking crazy. If they end,
Jesus, my internet was so fucking bad at the start, man. I think it was my VPN. I think it just fucked my shit up.
17, I generally don't care, especially when how old is this guy now? He's like 30 or some shit, right? Like,
yeah,
this
34.
is just beyond a non-issue. It just seems totally insane to me.
I think it's true that a lot of like internet drama gets like blown up to being sensationalized, when if you look at the real life, it's kind of like a lot of crazy shit goes around you. Like, how many family members do you know that have been in abusive relationships, or like your dad is like,
I just use a VPN almost all the time to be safe.
Like abused your fucking mom, or your cousin
so
has abused her thing.
Is like any woman that I've spoken to about this sort of thing says like these are like probably their least traumatic teenage memories in terms of like sexual experiences. So it just seems totally insane to me that we sit there being like pedo hunting, being like, oh, is Chuggaaconroy still abusing kids when he was 19? It seems totally insane, because these are not actual issues that people have in real life at all.
Was this not an opening statement? How did we get all... I thought we were doing opening statements and everyone was giving their position.
Sorry, Nicholas. Please, Nicholas DeOrio, you have 10 minutes to present your opening statement. Continue.
Okay.
Go for it.
So is this the guy with the foot fetish?
Do you know anything about this?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Is he guilty?
So basically there was DMs that came out of him like straight up being pedo, but it was like 15 years ago.
Look, Lolly shit is weird and creepy, but it just seems so bizarre to me to act like he's like fetishizing her youth when they're both teenagers. It's just like, especially when it's like 15 and 19, it's like, it's not that fucking crazy. It's just, Like, he's obviously a weird autistic anime freak who's into lolly and shit. And yeah, obviously those guys are always gonna come off creepy to anyone that's remotely normal. Like, we all, everyone has to accept that. Even these autistic freaks have to accept that. That they're always gonna come off as creepy. But like, it just doesn't seem like there was any wrongdoing. So it just blows my mind that he's getting so fucked for it.
But it's like, it's really, really bad. Like, it's like...
What is the age gap?
15, 19.
No. What is the age gap now?
I mean, they have
like
the
current
age.
day.
It's not really relevant now because the behavior that's being criticized.
Yeah, also she is like instigating the pedo shit at some points and like egging it on, jumping at it. Like, it is insane. And the idea that a 15-year-old can't, you know, decide what fucking conversations they want to have with who online is just like totally insane. Listen, we gotta stop pretending that either we've got to get rid of kids online or we've got to stop pretending the kids are never going to interact with anyone slightly older than them online. 15 and 19, this is like, we're talking small fries here, okay? This is nothing. As far as online relationships go, there's way bigger issues you should be worried about than 15 and 19 in the Pokemon chat room.
It happened in 2010.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just interested because...
Well, he's 34 now, and she's
so how
probably
how
like...
old would she be?
Like,
as long as they're out meeting or sending nudes, I don't see the concern. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Is like... obviously, then you're committing crimes. And yeah, that's... You know, we don't want to be doing that. We don't want to be endorsing... We don't endorse crimes here. I just read it as behaviour that indicates potentially more concerning behaviours, but doesn't mean he necessarily has to have them. Yeah, I was trying to get at that point at some point as well, I think, where it's like, yeah, 15 and 19, there's like an indicator of harm there. There's like a red flag, I guess. But unless there's like something more to it that would be sort of like abusive or coercive in any relationship, I don't think I would spug the fuck out over it, you know?
29 maybe?
You know, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
You know?
I just wanted to get that on the record.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, and I said this like before Nick came in, but I think it's important to repeat for Nick, is that in 2021 he had like a conversation with her and he's like, yeah, let's do it again. Remember that funny thing we did as teens? Let's like
But
do
in
it
2021 they were adults, right?
Okay, so that part is not in question, but the point that was being made is that they did have this weird...
So, I mean, Nick kind of raped Bowblax there. I think that comes up again. It's, like, so dumb to spurg out of the fact that later on, after 15 and 19-year-old meeting online in an internet chat room and having, like, a 10-year friendship, and then one of them bringing up sexual shit again later on. This is not like a crazy, like, grooming instance of grooming. There's nothing, like, particularly insane going on here. This is, like... The fact they've been managed to be friends from an online friendship for 10 years indicates to me that's probably one of the better relationships that started online. Let's be real. Like, they don't generally last that fucking long. So I don't see that this could have been that fucking bad.
like foot fetish thing happening. Maybe she didn't fully understand the extent of it, but
it's nothing to do with Max. I fucked up the title and I should have changed it now.
Well into it, talking about grabbing her sneakers and stuff, right?
Wait, he wanted to grab a child's sneakers? Like, was he gonna grab her shape ups, like her Skechers?
Yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't just foot fetish stuff. It was also
dude.
Like...
She was rolling down the street on her heelys, and he's licking the wheel.
So in 2021, she could have easily blocked them then if she was truly uncomfortable. Exactly. I bring up this about the cyber harassment stuff as well at one point about how, yeah, I stopped saying such a stupid filler word. I bring up at some point how a lot of the issue with harassment is the physicality and the fact it can be hard to leave a situation. So if someone has attempted to block or disengage online, then I struggle to believe that it's truly harassment.
Wheels?
She was like, "You're a pedo for liking me." He's like, "Yeah, I am a pedo. I love like fucking kids." That's basically
they were doing they were doing
were.
Pokemon roleplay, and he was like, can you like pretend to be the skunk Pokemon so you smell bad?
This is like every Nintendo YouTuber though.
Okay.
The only difference here is like a kid involved.
So true, so true. This is every Habbo Hotel lobby. This is every Roblox chat room. This is just the internet.
Yeah, but just because it happens a lot, I don't know. It doesn't make.
Wait, hold on. Fucking status days 9. The age difference doesn't change. Are you aware that like it's not a perfect rotation of the sun every single year?
I think right. I get a lot of flack for this take and this conversation about Roblox and Habbo Hotel and shit. But I think this is just true. I think these three, Nick, Lerix, and Bowblax, are all like totally mindfucked from being YouTubers since they were like 15. Honest to God, I think that's the issue here. I think they've been thinking about their career online and their optics online since they were teenagers, so they just never experienced the normal experience of what it's like to be a teenager online. I think that is the problem. Nick started at 20. He started at 20. How old's Nick now?
Year that passed, and we lose a few hours every single calendar year. So technically, yeah, the age gap does change if we're being like super fucking anal about it. Okay, dude.
See, the thing is like, I guess the question for you, Kuihman, is because you seem to be, from my perspective, it's like you're saying there's been nothing happen that's wrong, whereas I'm thinking there's some stuff that's happened that's wrong, but just going to call him a pedo, right?
It's like unhealthy, but it's like, do I really blame like some 19-year-old 14 years ago for not engaging totally responsibly with a 15-year-old he was speaking to online? Like, no, I don't really impugn this character. Okay, Sofa King, I make this point on this as well. This is very silly, okay, because saying something is quote unquote socially acceptable in what context? In their social environment, what they were doing was acceptable. In that context, it was acceptable. 14 years ago, online, it was very normal for people to sort of like many different ages to interact in these spaces, and sometimes conversations would happen that probably shouldn't morally. And what I'm saying is 15 and 19 is on the extreme low end of like warning signs for potentially harmful relationships online. And that relationship does not seem to have any other factors that would indicate to me that it's like that there's something bad going on. There was no like coercive behavior or anything like that. One of the strangest things is they both enter the convo calling him a pedo. Lerix did it incessantly on his stream going over the leaks, but here they both said they don't think he is actually. Well, I assume they were like joking, right? I understand making like jokes, but like, oh, this guy's a fucking pedophile. Like, I understand making that joke, but it does muddy your opinion and make it seem kind of weaselly if you get pressed on it.
Totally responsibly. Did you read through all the stuff?
No, I haven't gone through all of it, but I did most of what Chad's covered.
Oh, like the main like.
Bro, you didn't even come to this thing with the research done.
Fighting with fucking Nick DeOrio. You didn't even research. I have no idea what's going on. You didn't even research this. You piece of shit, bro. This guy. Like, it seems like the worst thing is flirting with the age dynamic. That's the worst thing.
I don't. No. It's not like the inherent age gap. Okay, like the inherent age gap is already dicey. 1950.
No. I mean the calling out in conversation and flirting around with that, saying, oh, you know, fucking what was it he was saying about this girl about being a lolly and being on 4chan and all this shit. Like there was a bunch of like weird shit in there. Obviously, yeah. Did he talk perfectly normally? No. 100% not. He's an autistic.
Did he talk what? Sorry, you're
perfectly normally. No, sorry, am I breaking up because you guys are
a little bit, yeah,
cutting out for me a little bit. Yeah, okay, with my internet's fine. We'll move. I just think that this is not particularly weird. There's some stuff in there that's a little bit strange, a little bit autistic. Yeah, a little bit creepy. Sure, I agree with that. But there's nothing that's like actually harmful. He wasn't actually exploiting her in any way, from what I can see.
It was just sort of.
I feel like we need to
read
out the DM.
They're sexting and he's fetishizing like the age gap between them.
Like, I don't understand what Lerix was trying to say here. I really don't. Fuck, man. I wish this was like. I don't wish it was, because obviously this was great content and yeah, being able to get on with a bunch of people. But it would have been way easier to have this conversation if it was a one-on-one with any of the other people individually. But I think I try and press Lerix on this. I get distracted a bunch of times. It takes me ages to get back around to actually pushing on this. I think Chud is a bit biased by the fact he's dad and he's going to have to worry about this sort of thing with his daughter soon. I think that's part of it, and also just being older and not having grown up on the internet quite so much. I think his experience with, chat rooms and shit is different to what, mine might be. Chud was not browsing 4chan when he was like 12 or 13. Okay? That's the thing. That's the facts. But now that's like a relatively common experience, okay? And we have to accept, we either have to make a broad societal change in how we treat the internet and keep kids off of it until they're fucking ready for it, or have a more segregated internet, which is going to come with a bunch of clampdowns on freedoms for like adults as well, or we have to accept that some of this stuff happens and that just online grooming is no big deal, and that they're way more likely to get raped by their teacher or family member, so you should probably worry about what's closer and just try to monitor your kids' internet usage, and that's the best you can do.
Chud, can you pull up the one screenshot that I sent you about this drama?
Okay, right. I tell you what. If we're having some disagreement about this, let's read through this real quick. Okay, who's playing the pedo? I'll play the pedo. I will be the pedo. Okay, it's on my screen now. I'm Chuggaaconroy, the shoe pedo. Hey, with your cosplays, you really are a lolly.
Who wants to be?
I think this is one man show, Chad.
Who's going to be
your stream pulled up, so I don't have the.
I'll just do it all for fuck's sake. And then
okay,
Lolly says,
just do it all.
Please tell me you don't know the actual meaning of lolly. And Chuggaaconroy, alleged pedo, says lolly has a.
Yeah. I know Chud's position when he's been covering it is much more defensive Chugga. But he seemed, for some reason in this, he was a little bit more on the attack over it. I think it's because I was going fucking crazy. And he couldn't co-sign, my comments about underage girls and all this shit. Yeah, it's possibly part of the issue. I think Chud seems like he's a bit of a normie pro into the online content creator stuff. Probably not like a total normie, I wouldn't say. But yeah, for the most part.
Much nicer ring to it than pedo.
I mean, he said that the whole Chud Logic shit and Chud dunking started as like he was running like a Facebook meme page or whatever. Which, I mean, that's the sort of shit that... Oh, thanks for the raid. We're just talking about Chud. Jesus. We're watching back the debate from yesterday, okay? I'm doing a cope session about how I totally didn't lose and why I'm not a pedophile. Let's see out. Stop nega Lerix. Thank you for finally saying that. I was actually, it kind of bothered me that people were going with dark Lerix when nega Lerix is right there and way funnier. Thank you for the gifted, Scallywag. Thank you. And it couldn't have gone to a more deserving member of the community here.
Rush. Lolly says, "Ooh, oh God, you know the meaning. Dead. Lolly is prepubescent though."
You didn't say ooh ooh followed that last line.
Ooh. Lolly is prepubescent though. Ooh.
Okay, I gotta be honest.
We do now have a soundbite of Chud saying ooh. Thank God. Thank God.
With you, this is all I've seen about the story. I have no way to vet if this is legitimately like real. But if there's a 1% chance that this message is real, I've never seen a lolicon be like, "Listen, babe, you're my IRL lolly" to an actual child. That is like fucking nuclear levels of cringe.
Absolutely,
bro.
what I would
Holy
expect. It's
shit.
cringe, yeah, cringe. I agree with that, but this is not like fucking. I'm not sitting there
well,
thinking this
my
guy's
position
like,
is if you jerk off to fucking lolicon, you're a pedophile. This guy's like, you're more.
Oh man. Oh brother.
Oh, brother. Listen, like, can we just be real? Can we just stop doing this? That you jerk off the Loicon means you're a pedophile stuff. Please, I'm begging. I'm begging. I'm begging. I don't know. I just don't think it's true. I just don't think it's true. I don't think it always carries over to attraction to real life kids. I just don't think that's true. I think it's insane. I think we need someone's got to do the research, okay? Someone's got to nut up and do the fucking research, do the studies, so we can definitively, so I can sit there and go, actually. Why don't you show your ideology and how you're not a pedo? What do you mean? Jacking your Slim Jim to pics of Anya from Spy X Family isn't pedo. Says Ollie here. It's just a drawing, bruh. It's definitely concerning. Like if so, I definitely think there's a correlation, 100%, because it is like a representation of kids. 100% there's a correlation. I just don't know if it's necessarily true. Ask anyone if, look, no one's disagreeing with this. No one's disagreeing with this. Ask anyone if a lolly looks like an adult or a child. They'll say child every time. No one's saying anything different. I didn't say it's not jerking off to kids. They are kind of jerking off to kids in a way. How the fuck do you even prove you're not a pedophile? Well, you get like, you could do like, what do they do for the arousal studies? Don't they like measure the guy's cock as it's like before they show him the porn and after? Isn't that what they do? You could do it with like ethical CP or something, right? So you get a guy and you measure his cock before and after looking at like some AI CP or something. Look, you don't have to use CSAM. I don't know what they do for these studies. Use portable fMRI. What is that? Listen, you're assuming a way higher level of knowledge here than I have. Using acronyms. Functional MRI. Okay. That's a Destiny argument. I know it's a Destiny argument. I'm aware. Okay. Listen, I just have to know. I have to have the study. So when I'm defending some freak lolicon online, I can throw out the study and be like, look, he's not necessarily a pedophile. There's just a strong correlation. Thank you for supporting the no-map community. I do not support no-map. I don't support maps. I'm not a map. None of that. I support no-maps in not offending. I do not support the no-map community. Okay? But I hope they continue to not offend. 100% supports FS. Yeah.
Wild lolly. Like, whoa.
That was like one of the tamer ones.
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.49.
Like...
Thank you for supporting the
no-map
community.
Read the one I pasted in chat.
Okay.
Chud Logic.
I'll do the thing again. Okay. I feel kind of bad because, you know, I said maybe I should get a pedophile on to be on the Kuihman's side, but we couldn't find one in time. So I don't want to turn this into a dog pile.
No, Mr. Girl wasn't down to come on.
Hey, okay, listen, let's not get the slander going on. Anyway, let's have a look at this, okay? So
Bowblax is hella grating. I hated Bowblax before I came into this conversation, but when I hate someone and I get a chance to actually shout at them, I quickly stop hating them afterwards. So I've like forgotten all of Bowblax's crimes. So I'm chill with Bowblax at the moment. And then when he annoys me again, I'll start hating him again.
Lawley says, when I catch you, jumps on. Chuggaaconroy says, Gah is pinned. Please, have mercy. Lawley says, ho ho, you got pinned by a girl. Has no idea what to do on top. Noms? Chuggaaconroy says, on top. Lawley says, yes, I'm a top, which means you're the bottom. Chuggaaconroy says, guess it's not pedophilia if you're the one doing the raping. Lawley says, rape? And to the law it is.
There's not like one off-color joke being made here.
Yeah, dude, it's like
the
50.
entire dynamic of their relationship.
Yeah,
dude, that's what I mean. It's like this. It's like the
Zapdi
Zapdi line. You're worth getting arrested for, but like 50 fucking times.
Yeah, like they don't talk about anything else.
Guys.
Yeah.
I just don't understand what the fucking issue is. If there's not actually like a problematic age gap, that's heckin' problematic. If there's not like a bad age gap between the people, I don't understand what the fucking stress is about this fetishizing the age thing. She made that sex dramatic. Yeah, also true. Also true.
Yeah, there's three of you and one of Kuihman. I'm going to have to start defending this guy more if you keep this up, okay? Jesus Christ.
I don't understand what the harm being done here is. I don't understand what you guys are pointing to as the harm. You should just go, oh, this is so weird. This is so weird. It's like, yeah, this is some autistic Pokemon YouTuber. I don't know what you're expecting sex to look like.
If the girl herself comes out and goes like, hey, this really fucked me up, does that like change the inherent like discussion, I guess?
Well, okay, so the discussion,
the
core,
yeah, it colors it for sure.
Okay.
Wait, so if you get raped and the girl says afterwards, I actually...
Gentle Whale saying, for me, it was just annoying, constantly referring to those two examples instead of going through the whole thing. The thing is, I think a lot of the mentality with these commentary people is sort of just like hearing trigger words that make them think someone's a pedo, and then they just... That's it. It's time. It's go time.
Liked it when you stuck your dick inside me. Does that make it better?
You know, this was actually a big topic of conversation.
What if she liked the rape?
Look, to defend the other side a bit here, right? I think the
point
there
is consensual. Not
okay. Can we... I do not support no maps. Thank you for the donations, Catsy Flocken. I do not support no maps. We do not support no maps. 14 years ago, a guy 19 is talking to what? A 15-year-old girl? Is it great? No. Is it illegal? Probably not. Is it stupid drama? Yeah. 100%. 100%. It's just such a non-issue. But people freak the fuck out because he makes reference to Lolly.
Flocken super chatted $1.49. No harm, no foul. No maps equals 1 commentary otstis equals 0.
And the Augie shit has fucked everyone up as well. I think these commentary guys are like mind locked by the Augie. I hate Lolly Loicons pedophiles shit. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Thankfully I don't have to, you know, my whole appeal is built on not having to adhere to what other people think. So, you know, it's pretty epic. So I get to just talk about pedo shit non-stop.
Non-consent lyrics. Sorry.
She came out, and I don't think she even said, this guy's a pedo and he groomed me. It was just, this is a bit weird, and I'm uncomfortable
Bit
with
of a free thinker, are we? No, a contrarian. Dude, get it right, okay?
Like this when I was a minor. But everyone else is saying
I wouldn't call... Dude, I wouldn't necessarily call... I want to call him like a broadly speaking... This is why I think the terms are useless. Like,
yeah, so this was my point as well. I brought this up. This guy literally mentions in these chat... Pedo dramas always hot. This guy literally mentions in these messages, he says, oh, 4chan's down. Or some shit like that. These people are like image board users. Of course they're talking about rape in their DMs. Of course. Yes. Of course everyone with Lolly. Yes. They're image board users in 2010. Yes. Yes, that's what their DMs are going to look like. This is what I mean with like the socially acceptable stuff as well. Man, it just feels like people don't get it. It just feels like people just will never get it. They'll just never get it.
Calling him a pedophile. Is this like predatory? Yeah, like sure. But I think the labels are kind of useless in this situation. I mean, he's a 19-year-old. We could just talk about what he's doing. He's a 19-year-old sexting and like role-playing with a 15-year-old while fetishizing the fact that she's 15.
You know, he didn't say, he certainly didn't say, you'll be my little
secret. Yeah, I wasn't chatting up 15-year-olds when I was 19. Yeah, neither was I, because I had a real life when I was 19. But there's a lot of people who don't. And in these environments, that is 100% what happens. And it's really not that bad. It's just not a big deal.
year-old, so we could deviate it from other previous stories.
Stop referencing previous dramas, Nicholas. The fucking
I'm sorry, dude. There's
dickhead.
tons of rape moments. All right, there's so many cool lore mentions to put out.
I think the fact that he's looking back at this interaction with this person fondly in 2021 and being like, "Hey, want to do it again?" And then like in DMs, he starts like doing it again with her. Yeah, she's overage now, but the fact that he looked back at that fondly and he isn't like cringing at it, like, "Oh, why did I do that?" or whatever, is pretty.
Yeah, exactly.
Telling.
If they're not meeting up, if they're not exchanging sexually explicit imagery, I don't see the fucking problem. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
To his like current mentality, that on top of like, obviously, Emily
he's
situation.
doing it with an adult, so it's not like this is showing evidence of him still doing it with minors, which would be the concern,
I'm not calling him a pedo, but
wait a second though, Bowblax. You did say pedo earlier. So
him contacting her now would make it clear the relationship wasn't pedophilic. No, if he's still interested. I said this. Yep. It seems like his age of attraction has moved up with his own age. Like it should. It doesn't seem like he's a pedophile because he's still talking to her and he's still trying to be sexual with her as they've aged. Very retarded. It's very retarded.
Emery super chatted $1.99. I do condone pedophilia, girl.
Before we move on, do you think he's a pedo or not? Just to clarify seriously.
Currently, no.
Okay.
Seriously, no. Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying these comments are like pedo.
You're on the verge of making Bowblax Spurg, but you wanted to leave before that happened. Are you sure? I don't feel like Bowblax was close to Spurging.
But like given how the definition has been fucked online, like I fully expect everyone to call him a pedophile just because like the definition's kind of been fucked. You know.
Okay, but you know the problem is I kind of accept that people are going to do that, but it's still no one wants to stand up and say that's not what pedophilia.
Do we have different high school experiences? Seems pretty common that seniors would date freshmen, same age gap there, were they pedos? Yeah, I mean, listen, there are like some schools in the UK where you have like what's called a secondary school, which is what ages? Like 12 to 15 or 16, and then sixth form, which is 16 to 18, and sometimes 11 to 16. And then you'll have sixth form, which is like 16 to 18, and you'll have sometimes a conjoined, like secondary school and sixth form, where basically the whole thing, like they're all in the same environment. So you will have situations where there's like someone in sixth form dating like 15, 14-year-old, and obviously on the lower end of that starts getting very fucking dicey. And a lot of those guys are obviously weirdo fucking loser guys who probably are preying on those girls. However, it's really not that fucking crazy for a 15 and 19-year-old to having having a vaguely sexual conversation online. Thank you for the refreshing membership, Addy. Stylo came in and Bowblax couldn't breathe. That's just facts. That's just facts. The autist fears the black.
Pedophilia means, do they? But it's not what fucking pedophilia means. It's a attraction to prepubescent children.
Well, I mean, the girl corrected him saying, "Oh, I'm not prepubescent, but I mean, if you're into lolly, I mean, like, whoa, holy shit, dude, that's a bonkers fucking line."
Even if you've got like a persistent attraction to like 13, 14, 15-year-olds, yeah, I still think that's, fucked and whatever, right? But I think the point here is this doesn't seem like he's predating on them because they're 15. It's a bit like Yandere Dev in some ways, but worse, obviously.
Hold on, if they weren't 15, then what would they have to talk about? Because all of their messages are about her being 15.
Chud ad hoc panels back. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so in a big way. Listen, I think we're seeing a new dawn. Okay, I think we've got a new set of people that are all willing to actually fucking talk to each other on stream, and they've all got rapidly growing audiences between me, Lerix, Chud, Nick DeOrio, and all the other people that can possibly come from that. So it's very based. It's very based. It's very epic. Just don't invite a Connor boy. Facts. Spitting. Just spitting.
What has been presented, right? Let's be fair, okay, right?
Yeah, no, that's
probably wasn't
Wait,
all
Chud,
their
wait.
conversations. I imagine.
Wait, Chud, do you not think like specifically like part of the reason why he's talking to her is because of her age?
Construction men catcalling 13-year-olds happens a lot. Socially acceptable in that context. Maybe those guys press is creepy. Yeah, that's predatory and creepy. But the issue there is that you're creating a the physicality creates a safety concern for a child, right? That's why I say about online harassment being kind of like not real, because a lot of what makes harassment bad is the physicality, because it creates a concern for your safety.
I think he's more of an opportunist than like, oh, I'm
I
speaking
think the
to
reason
a
he's meta is because of her age is more the situation, right? Because he's like some Pokemon autist, and obviously it's not usually 25-year-old women that are into Pokemon. It's usually like 15-year-old.
Yeah, it's also like Minecraft YouTubers. You know, the first pussy they get is the 12-year-old coming in their DM. So it's like easy access, but at the same time, it's like he's also fetishizing the age. So.
The 5 gifted. Don't be such a quack. Very kind of you after the poor treatment you received in Spicy Chat the other day.
I mean, is this not like
Spicy
pretty
Chat,
clear cut?
welcome.
I mean, necessarily. Can you like give out your flesh take, Kuihman, if you disagree?
I mean,
Dated a senior as a freshman, says Nick. Too bad for you. Yeah, but no one cares what happens to men. You see, you don't understand. Nick, too bad. You don't understand what's going on here. Okay, clearly you haven't been around for long enough. Because quite literally nobody gives a fuck if you're male and date an older woman.
I guess my perspective on it is just, what do you guys think? Like, I don't think anything should happen to this guy. I'm even questioning if
Wait, do you think what do you mean legally, or are you saying socially?
No, I mean,
you think he
why didn't you push back on the fetishizing the age idea? It's plainly wrong. Because anytime you express a positive, I'm not going to convince them on, like, someone who likes lolly or expressing interest in lolly, not fetishizing children. There's literally no way to win that point with these people. Say these people is like a derogatory way. I mean commentary guys. There's no way you're winning that argument. So it's just it's pointless to fight on that point, especially when you can fight it without even going to that point.
Socially, I don't think he should be ostracized. I don't think he should be fucking hounded.
All right, actually, can we do a game? All right, I'm his best friend and large YouTuber who has lots of young children watching me that I need to now like continue to support. Okay, can you tell me why I should keep platforming him?
Well, I mean, you shouldn't, because it's in your self-interest.
Wait,
no, hang on, wait, Nicholas, with your fucking gay laugh,
the just
right?
thing.
Just wait.
So this is just such a retarded gotcha. Like, we're arguing about the morality of this. Obviously, yeah, if you want to fucking save your business, don't hang out with the accused Pokemon child predator. Obviously, but it's like, fucking... Man, I don't know why I even answered this question. It's so dumb. Fuck, I'm coping. I think Lolly isn't fetishizing children. Well, no, the argument is that because he mentioned liking Lolly, he's fetishizing the age dynamic between the two, right? And that implies he might be a pedophile. It's not necessarily that Lolly is not fetishizing children. That's more the argument I was talking about. I don't know if I worded that wrong the first time I said. Why does no one care about the billion times some gay kid gets an older guy online to RP or something, just because it's men or because it's expected gay men? Well, it is expected gay men, right? It's about what do I call it? The positive male mentorship. That's what's going on there. Okay, guys? Don't be homophobic now.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure. Listen, I don't want to speak for Kuihman, right? But I can see where Kuihman's coming from. I think if you're a YouTuber and you don't have any of this business, then that's your decision. You don't have to associate with anyone, right? And if it's too hot for you, you can leave it. But I think the problem is like the social ostracization coming from the audience, where it should be like, if it's too much for you, don't watch him. But like shaming into an extreme is probably too far. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, Kuihman. Is that more or less where you're coming from, or what?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, it's like here's the. No, keep going.
All I'm saying is,
why you say? Can we not forgive the fact this guy's a public figure with massive access to minors? Yeah, true, he is. What reason do you have to believe that he's gonna do anything to those minors?
I'm questioning if it's even okay to like leak this sort of shit on people because everyone knows what the result is going to be. And if there's no victim, if she's not even alleging a victim, then why the fuck are you wasting everyone's time? Why are you causing an issue? Like that's
dude,
okay.
I believe he was at the time of these messages. He was a super early YouTuber. He's been around since 2006, so I believe he was a YouTuber at the time.
Well, I guess the argument is he's still a 1 million subscriber YouTuber who gets like hundreds of thousands of views, I think, or at least tens of thousands of views. And a big portion of his audience is still like underage people. It would call for like further investigation to see if he could do this to a future like minor, because that's what his fan base is full of.
Did it 14 years ago when he was 19? Because he spoke to a 15-year-old when he was 19. 14 years ago, you think?
I mean, I think that's valid. If he used his like platform to do this in the past, dude, I think it's like it would be valid to like call for like further investigation.
Like use his platform to do what? Talk to a girl with like a slightly too big age gap, maybe. If there was something else abusive going on, which it doesn't seem there was. Like use his platform to do what? This is what I was lost on the whole time, man. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. If this is all you've got, right? This guy's been around for so long and is so big and has such a massive access to minors, and these allegations are coming out, and the only thing we can prove is that he had a conversation with a 15-year-old when he was 19, 14 years ago, that never resulted in anything, that never got, like, crazy sexual. Like, sure, you would expect a bunch more. But no, his career's been destroyed for this.
Is even probable cause for a social investigation, let alone a criminal investigation.
Wait, can I raise my hand like to say something that's not retarded? I want to say like a normal thing. Okay? So one of the biggest parts of this story is that like there was a random person on Reddit who said this guy's all green flags, and in the matter of like a couple days, we found out that he's a weird foot fetish guy who messages a bunch of girls or whatever. And like people were like, all right, that's not that crazy, but let's see what else comes out. And now we have this interaction with him and this 15-year-old, and it's like, if we didn't have that first interaction or that second interaction, we wouldn't have had this third interaction. And we're acting like this is a static story, like this is the worst it's going to get. I think this discussion is very much worth having because we don't know what tomorrow, the next day, or the next day after that entails.
Yeah, like this started with feet this started with feet allegations, like having a foot fetish. Now it's like pedo shit.
It's like what you're saying is a double-edged sword though, because it could be it seems totally reasonable that the case is going to be that this goes on. Not much more else comes out, and if it does, it's all going to be pretty similar stuff from like 14 years ago.
I agree with you with the double.
This guy might fucking kill himself at this rate because he's in fucking hospital right now for psychiatric issues.
Okay, I am really concerned about that, but I mean, that's
but who would you put the blame on for him attempting suicide?
The 15-year-old for doing it.
Yeah, the 15-year-old.
What was she wearing?
No, but the point is, so like I agree with double-edged sword stuff. But like when it comes to the foot fetish stuff, if it didn't go anywhere from there, I think it's like it's time to start asking some questions about why this was coming out. But now I think this story, whether you want to condemn him fully or not, is probable cause to investigate more from internet research.
How can you say this? How can you say this? Like this is enough to justify coming out publicly, bro. Fuck. Oh man, I need to. Nick DeOrio offered a one-on-one conversation. I should do some after this. I'll see. I want to see exactly what he wanted to have a conversation about, and then I'll maybe do some prep on it, and then I'll message him and see if he wants to do it because he did offer a couple of times. So I assume he's down for it. I assume he's actually down for it. Not just saying that.
This is the exact same mentality that got everyone into fucking shit with the whole Mother Mags thing, okay? Anything is justified as long as you're exposing pedos, as long as you're going after pedos, protecting kids. Anything is justified. There is no risk that is too great. No clamp down on other people's freedoms is too great. As long as you invoke, oh, we're protecting the children. It's fucking stupid. There is no genuine reason to believe this guy is predating on kids now. There is absolutely... So he wasn't even predating kids back then. Let's be real. That 19 and 15, who gives a fuck? Who gives? They were sexting online. Who gives a fuck?
It isn't okay. I don't think he's predating on kids now, but I think the criticism I have right now of him is that like even though he's not predating on kids anymore, as far as we know, like he's continuing this weird like pushing the boundaries behavior that women are not okay with. Obviously, the Emily situation, she should have like let him know or whatever. But then like his friend that he's like known really well for like 10 years, who he made weird sexual comments about in like Let's Plays, she comes out and says that she wasn't okay with that shit and he kept pushing boundaries. And then this comes out and he was also like looking back at it fondly like in 2021. And it just seems like, you know, he is like someone that women wouldn't want to hang around
anymore, pushing the boundaries behavior at feet. Yeah, Bowblax is a little bit autistic, okay?
and that's like, I guess, worth calling out, right? If he's not like improving his behavior over like a decade, right?
That's if these messages are even real.
I mean, they're
Well, we're all
it's very
presuming that they're
highly
real.
likely that
I know
they're
we're all
real.
presuming it, but I
Improving
watched
his behavior
dude,
over a decade.
the
But he's
dream
not
drama
talking to kids.
happened- But the dream drama happened like a month ago, and they were faking video evidence of scrolling Snapchat footage. I don't fucking believe anything.
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah.
I hate talking about stuff like this.
Well, okay, Rita. So this will come up later in the conversation, but basically the reason why Bowblax is saying all shit about pushing boundaries is because the second allegation that dropped against him was from a longtime friend of his called Masayela or some shit, who was like a collaborator and friend. And basically came out with this long tweet thread where she's like, "Oh, I told this guy to stop pushing my boundaries, and he kept going." Provided no evidence and no real details on what actually happened. And Bowblax is a big fan of Masayela, so he just is believing it as gospel and using it in the conversation, even though most people agree that it's like a retarded allegation.
The problem is, what would have had to go in to create this is a person or two people or people bringing together multiple fake messages to create a coherent narrative, and it was so much work to do that. It's far more believable that it's real, I think.
Yeah, there's also a message where he mentions like finishing up part 42 of one of his Let's Plays, and like the upload date and the time of the.
Now is a great time to remind you guys. Please like, subscribe, donate, buy membership, gift membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Those messages like line up perfectly. Obviously, that can be fabricated too, but like
there's a ton of factors in this. I think someone in chat just said like there were no explicit messages sent, which is another like in terms of images, right? Like that's obviously another huge factor in what's happening.
Well, call it sexting. It's also hilarious. Yeah, listen, I used to take sexting to mean like explicit descriptions of sex over text or trading nudes. That was like my understanding of sexting. But now it seems any like remotely sexually charged flirting is considered sexting. I don't know if it's just because it's commentary people who are like severely autistic and very young or what. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And this comes up later as well. I can't remember who said it to me, but it does feel kind of a dick move to go to Lerix. Like, Lerix, are you always jerking off when you're sexting women? Because they keep saying it. Lerix kept saying it. He kept saying this guy's jerking off. This guy's jerking off. It's like, where are you getting this from? Where are you getting this from? yeah, Stylo.
Happening here.
Yeah, as far as we know, yeah.
But like, I think now what the next couple of weeks might entail is going to be fairly interesting. I think as much as you say like this doesn't matter, it shows that he was willing to have this discussion. So now it questions what other discussions he was willing to have.
Okay, well, the reality is that because of this one discussion coming out, this 15-year-old hooer has ruined his entire fucking career, and there is no coming back from it. No matter what happens, no matter how vindicated he is now, his career's over. He can't be a fucking Pokemon YouTuber now. That's the reality. So, I question whether it's even okay for this bitch to bring this shit out. That is where I'm at. I don't... This whole having a discussion... There's no reason to have a discussion. What? This guy sexted a 15-year-old when he was 19. What is the discussion to be had here?
Wait, I'm like stunlocked. What is your justification? What is your justification? Is it just memes? Is it like when he says lolly has a much nicer ring to it than pedo crush?
What do you mean my justification?
Like,
it's weird. So, do I get to press Lerix here properly? Because it's like, what's your justification for it? It's like, you haven't told me what's wrong with it. I don't have to justify it until you actually give me an issue with it. Point out the issue to me. What is the actual substantive
Weird.
issue?
It's fetishizing talking to a fucking minor.
And
like, that's literally the fetish. That's literally what they're sexting about.
And
okay, dude.
Wait,
What's the harm? What's the harm? Show me the harm.
The problem with discussing this now is I need to know his baseline response to this. I need to know what he thinks about it. Because like again, people might say that doesn't matter, but If he comes out and lies about it or something like that, that makes this a much more confusing, much more potentially damning. You know what I mean?
Guys. I was being a total debate sped here, okay? I was channeling my light Yagami Destiny Neo Bonell II, okay? I was being a total debate sped. Lerix is probably not used to total like Twitch poll debate speds. Okay, so when I'm like drilling down and going like, what's the harm? I don't actually necessarily even expect them to have an answer.
Yeah, we don't have his response to this yet because he's in the hospital and like.
But we know he wanted to do it like again with the girl like 10 years later. Yeah.
But he did respond to like the initial Emily shit that came out, and he said like with just the foot fetish thing with an overage person, where she didn't tell him to like stop. And he said like he's really sorry. He's like going to therapy. He's like working on it or whatever. And like he took full responsibility and didn't even play victim. So, yeah. So that's his response there. But for this new stuff, we don't have one yet. But I'm sure we will eventually for sure.
I mean, but what the thing is, you're going to get a response, but we agree his career's over, right? No matter what we think about it one way or another, he's done. He can't come back.
Yeah, especially with the type of audience he has. I would argue his career was done when Massey came out, but this is like 100% nailed. Like his career was 90% done before. Now it's like 110%.
I think it was done and salvageable. Now it's just done.
Yeah.
Like if somebody made a banger video, like going after the whole situation and putting it in a different light, like the super mega stuff, I don't think the same strings were there to pull, but I think his career could have been salvageable and put people in a favorable opinion. I don't think that is the case anymore. No.
Yeah, I mean, just to play devil's advocate, because I probably am more on the side that I can understand at least why this was brought forward. But to play devil's advocate, I mean, if this person themselves isn't claiming any substantive harm, and there isn't seemingly any indication that he's currently engaging with minors in this way, like, is there any...
Delete the chat messages, say it's misspelled, and then repost his message with the correct spelling. You can get a clear-cut, what you would consider being worthy cause come up publicly. You have to have, I think, reason to believe. You have to have exhausted previous channels. Like, previous channels? Proper channels, I mean. So, like, taking it to the authorities, anything like that. And if that's been exhausted, or it's not something to be prosecuted, but it's still really bad, then you have to have sort of like cause to believe that there is currently or will be more harm in the future, I think. I don't think just like, if some guy had a quote-unquote consent mishap with a girl like 10 years ago, and then you come out publicly to try and fuck with his career, I just felt that's like, what's the point? Like, a very high percentage of teenage males are going to have a quote-unquote consent mishap. So just fucking with someone's career. If you fuck with everyone's career who did that, like, you're creating a massive pool of people who just get fucked with for probably no reason, because there's no particular reason to believe there's any more harm going to happen in the future. Something you want to tell us, going? No, I'm the cleanest motherfucker ever. I'm actually very feminist, guys. I don't think you understand. I'm actually incredibly feminist.
Point in this being brought forward at all beyond just destroying his career?
Maybe I'm biased, but he's a Pokemon YouTuber, dude. I don't think you could be too careful there. Maybe that's more of a reflection of those communities.
Yeah, I love women.
Well, I mean, of course, the argument would be like that potentially he could do it harm to like more girls in the future, right? That's like whatever girl comes out with allegations that says that they will do harm to someone in their audience again.
And there's a bunch of people who are close to him being like, "Yeah, I'm a girl," and he was like weird to me and made these weird comments or whatever. We have video footage of him making these weird comments like over the decades, like consistently. So I think that's...
I read back through the logs again today, and I don't think he's any more of a PDF for discussing grape than he is a cannibal for eating her body and bubbling up her hand. It was all just absurdist roleplay. I agree, but some of it's sexually charged, so you're never going to be able to come to agree to that. And, I mean, he is obviously, into it, to a certain extent, right? Some of it. Right question for you, top Pathos. What a terrible 18.
The issue, not like we're not worried about him predating on kids, but it's like, hey, you have this issue when like with pushing too far when talking with women, and you should like get that checked out or whatever. And he is, and I'm happy for him to do that. I don't like personally. I'm not gonna like say I'm not gonna unsub or whatever.
All you had to take from him was his entire life to make him do it. Damn.
Yeah, but if he doesn't stop, if everyone says his behavior's an issue, and he
stop
doesn't
him
stop
being
over
slightly
like a
pushy with women in DMs, being slightly.
Let's not do the trans Lerix memes, okay? There's no need for that. No need for that. I'm sure he's not trans.
Pushy with women in DMs, you have to lose his whole fucking career. Nice one, Sped. Fucking Jesus.
Dude, I am the last person who wants Chuggaaconroy to be cancelled, alright? Like,
No, but you're just, once again, commentary YouTube is just totally...
Thank you for the tier 2 membership, Gentle Whale. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who are you being mean? Yeah, I was a little bit mean to Bowblax there. Bobby.
Cat Zaflock and super chatted $1.49. Dead naming Lerix. It's Lerissa.
Thank you for the donation. I was Chud not backing up here. What did I say again?
Was his entire life to make him do it. Damn.
Yeah, but if
I think he's trying not to put his fingers on scales too much. And you know, I appreciate that because I kind of wanted the 1v3, you know, the commentary bloodbath. That was kind of what I was there for. But I mean, Starler coming in later was good too because it just, I mean, the content was kind of drying up and he brought some more life into it and also it was very funny. Were there any 40 likes? Are there any 40 likes? Are we sure about that? Are you sure about that? Damn, there are only 40. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, donate, buy a membership, gift membership, buy a super chat if you can. Thank you very much.
Stop if everyone says his behavior's an issue, and he
stop
doesn't
him being
over
slightly
like a
pushy with women in DMs, being slightly pushy with women in DMs, you have to lose his whole fucking career. Nice one, Sped. Fucking Jesus.
Dude, I am the last person who wants Chuggaaconroy to be cancelled, alright? Like,
No, but you're just, once again, commentary YouTube is just totally mind-fucked by their audience being teenage boys who are just desperate to secure the fucking supply of underage pussy for themselves. That's what's going on here. That is the reality, okay?
Okay, I feel like I should talk about this more as well. I think, first of all, I will give credit here, okay? I stole that joke from Dick Masterson, okay? That's a stolen joke. Dick Masterson said once, underage pussy is the most valuable resource in America. So, I'm just taking that. I'm just saying, I stole that. Do not explain it. You said I shouldn't explain it, but I feel like I don't want it to be misinterpreted. They aren't worthy of the explanation. Alright, fair enough. Okay, we'll move on.
That's what's great. It's all audience capture. All you guys are just afraid to say, oh, you know what, actually, this guy probably shouldn't lose his career for talking to a 15-year-old when he was 19. It's fucking retarded. It's insufferable. It's painful.
Dude, if we were just I literally argued that specific gap.
Sorry, I'm talking to Bowblax. I'm talking to Bowblax.
Okay. I didn't say he should lose his career. I said he is losing his career based on this. And would you agree? I never said he should.
You two keep saying shit like, "Oh, he's a pedo." It's like, well, no, he's not. Okay, well, he's not a pedo. And it's like, well, he did harm. Okay, well, he didn't do harm. I can't point to an actual harm. It's like you're all making the fucking arguments for why he should lose his career, and then going, "Well,
it's Flash though. We must interpret anyways." Yeah, fuck it. If you get what I meant, you get what I meant. Okay, listen. If you couldn't read into the deep social commentary in that joke, you can read into it. If you can't, you're too retarded to be here. All right, so just.
Explain the issue with this and the critique a million times. What are you saying?
You have made every argument for why he should lose his career, and then you just go, well, you know, I don't know if he should lose his career. We should just look into it more. It's like, I'm saying, no. The whole point of bringing this forward was to destroy him, and there's no one even can point to a person who's being harmed. There's no victim here. And yet you're sitting there making arguments
what do you mean?
We're worried he's going to harm someone. We're worried he's going to harm someone. Why are you worried he's going to harm someone? When has he harmed anyone?
What do you mean? All these Dude,
this is a
what?
retarded argument. If there's no
When has he
victim,
harmed
so
anyone? When has he
the
harmed
bitch
anyone,
is
Bowblax?
wet when she gets raped, then there's no victim because she says she likes it afterwards.
Okay, no, when was there a victim? When was there a
This
victim?
is such a stupid. I don't even understand what Lerix was trying to do with this comparison. That would be mean. I don't understand what he was trying to do with this comparison. It doesn't map on at all. Like, there's no reason. Like, rape assumes there is. You're assuming that there's no consent. You're going into it. You're not seeking consent. There's no reason for you to believe they're consenting. She's like jumping and instigating at the opportunity to have this interaction. How is it? And Lerix doesn't even believe that 15 and 19 is like a consent violation, or there's an issue there. He repeatedly was saying that's not inherently wrong. Every time I asked him, with like no hesitation, he wasn't like super worried about saying it either. So I don't understand how he kept making this comparison. It was blowing my mind.
Who was the victim? Who was even a potential victim?
Right.
All of
I feel like
these
we're
women who
gonna-
are coming out from sexual harassment now.
Strawman tossed out this girl some time on like, I don't think Lerix is like that. No. Listen, I think quite highly of most of the people in this conversation. Maybe not Bowblax. Bowblax is alright, but he's just very autistic. But I think highly of the other two, so I don't think that is the case. He's thinking that 15-year-old don't have the ability to consent, but doesn't want it completely. But he doesn't think that, because I kept asking him if that was inherently wrong, if the 15-19 age gap was like a consent violation of itself, and he doesn't think that.
Can I
Like,
invoke a hypothetical? I feel like we're going in a circle.
yeah.
A base life, you fucking hate Lerix, dude. You really hate this kid.
We are going in a circle.
Okay, so let's say that you find out a Nintendo YouTuber jerks it to AI-generated child pornography. There is no inherent victim, I guess, unless you're talking about how the AI learned its fucking code or whatever. I don't know. But, like, there's no real girl, right? Would you find that concerning that a person who covers Pokemon or Super Mario is jerking off to...
He was run through the ringer for the lolicon stuff, yeah, and I do worry that's affecting his takes. Because he should nut up a bit with it, because it's not a big deal at all. And you can 100% justify it, and listen, I'm their chief of the LLDF, Stylo, my commanding officer. I don't know what role chief is, I just said a leadership role. He just needs to own it and just sort of stop giving a fuck. Stylo's Queen's Himmel. What's that joke? Let girls sit around thinking about what something they'd be. Guys sit around thinking about what member of Hitler's administration they'd be.
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.49. Lolicons are on our side, Kuihman.
I don't think the logs are even that bad. I don't think they're that bad. What do you think is so bad about the logs? Who do you think would win their fight? Jimmy Savile or Mama Max? Equal stats, Jimmy Savile, 100%. You gotta think, Jimmy Savile molested like possibly thousands of children. Mama Max didn't catch a single predator.
to AI child porn?
Yes.
Photorealistic. Yeah, I mean that's probably the one edge case where I think you could probably catch me on the no harm thing, because if it's photorealistic, that is like literally a simulation of the exact thing. Like Lolicon, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably say like he shouldn't lose his career over Lolicon. But if he's photorealistic stuff, I think probably that would be reason.
But so that means there is a cutoff where it's like when there's no
100%,
inherent victim.
I'll accept that 100%. Yeah.
All right, well I think that was productive then. I guess we found something there.
I don't think that's even relevant to the conversation. I really don't think that's relevant to the conversation. He's 15. He's going to look in the range of ages that a 15-year-old will look. It's not abnormal for a 19-year-old to be attracted to a 15-year-old.
Is the fact that there's no victim, or is there no harm to the victim?
Sure, I don't see any reason to believe there's good.
Well, yeah, when you mention Lolicon Lerix, so look, I'm trying not to go hard on Lolicon Lerix moves. But when it does feel weird, whenever he brings up, he's like, this guy was bringing up Lolicon, he's fetishizing children. It's like, man, come on.
Going to be harm anyway. I guess that's even further. We'll go even further with it. I don't believe there's any reason to believe there's going to be harm. Like,
I don't know if Tom said that.
You just don't think there would be harm in sexting, basically? That's basically it?
Well, it just sounds like people are saying there's sexual harassment, but I haven't seen any sexual harassment. I've seen
Have you not seen like the stuff he said to like Massey over the years and like the DMs with Emily and all the recent stuff? Have you not read that?
What? Yeah, is that sexual harassment when you're in a long-term friendship with a woman and maybe push boundaries too far? Sometimes we call that sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like a retarded definition of sexual harassment to me.
Okay, what's ideal, like, what's the quintessential definition of sexual harassment? Like, give me an example so we can get...
Bowblax is so pure and spurgy. Yeah, it just feels like literally like a child's understanding of sexual interaction sometimes. It does feel like you're speaking to like a preteen. I guess that's what Sonic does to a wigger.
On the same page of like what we consider is what.
Well, for online sexual harassment, I think there has to have been an attempt to completely cut off from the person. I don't think you can have online sexual harassment unless you're like forced into a situation by like a super tight business link or something maybe, and then it's like a workplace issue. I don't personally.
When did you stop playing Sonic games? I mean, I'll still, I go back to Sonic games I played as a kid, but the ones I mainly played were like Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog. Those two mainly. They're like the two worst ones, basically. Those are my favourites. Those are the best ones. Thank you for the $2, Katsy. I'm with you, dude. It was 2010 XDs were in. 100%. Heroes fucking goes so hard, man. Honestly. Heroes is such a fucking good game.
See many ways.
Sonic Adventure 2 is pretty good as well.
Where you can sexually harass someone online unless they have like totally tried to cut off. Because you can just block them. Like a lot of the issue with the harassment is like the physicality and the fact that it's hard to leave situations. The idea that you can be harassed online.
Oh yeah, Sonic Unleashed. That's fucking epic. That's freaking epic.
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.49. I'm with you, dude. It was 2010 XDs were in.
Whoa.
What's the name of the slightly gay apologize song in the beginning of your streams? Gary Glitter made some banger music, unlike Mama Max.
Very based, okay. Yeah, the apologize song is Apologize by Hardman Working Hard. Thank you for the $5, DB. We're not gatekeeping it, no. I always tell people what the song's like. Listen, I'm literally freebooting a bunch of people's music for the start. The least I can do is tell people what music actually is so they go and listen to it.
It's kind of laughable initially to me.
If someone sexually harasses you and then you block them, blocking them doesn't mean you didn't get sexually harassed. It just means you can't.
Sure, yeah, but there's been an attempt to totally cut off, right? But you've cut off.
I mean, the thing is...
So if you get sexually harassed and don't block them, it's not sexual harassment?
Yeah, if you're continually engaging with it, I struggle to believe it's harassment, yeah.
So if I just DM a girl, I'm like, hey girl, and like I want to like fuck you or whatever, and then she's like, okay, it's like not sexual harassment.
Right. I think what Kuihman is saying is that you can be weird and annoying and pushy and stuff like that, but once the cutoff is there, it becomes a different scenario.
Yeah.
It becomes much more severe if you're making alt accounts and trying to reach out to him.
Agree.
Further.
I 100%
there's
agree.
Levels to it.
Yeah, I know there's levels to it, but like it doesn't make the initial interaction not sexual harassment. Like the fact that he's willing to message that in the first place means.
The best game to feature Sonic is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In other words, Sonic sucks.
Jesus Christ, that's rough. Because Brawl was not even the best Smash game to feature Sonic. Thank you for the $5 again, Doobie. Bowblax had to exhaust his imagination to come up with that example of flying with a girl. Well, mate, I actually zoned out for a second now. Let me hear what Bowblax said again, because you guys all seem to think it was funny.
And the fact that it's hard to leave situation. Business link or something. There has to have been
a definition of sex.
Push boundaries too far. Sometimes we call that sexual. It just sounds like people are saying there's sexual harassment, but I haven't seen any sexual harassment.
Have you not seen like the stuff he said to like Massey over the years and like the DMs with Emily and all the recent stuff? Have you not read that?
What? Yeah, is that sexual harassment when you're in a long-term friendship with a woman and maybe push boundaries too far? Sometimes we call that sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like a retarded definition of sexual harassment to me.
Okay, what's ideal? Like, what's the quintessential definition of sexual harassment? Like, give me an example so we can get on the same page of like what we consider is what.
Well, for online sexual harassment, I think there has to have been an attempt to completely cut off from the person. I don't think you can have online sexual harassment unless you're like forced into a situation by like a super tight business link or something maybe, and then it's like a workplace issue. I don't personally see many ways where you can sexually harass someone online unless they have like totally tried to cut off. Because you can just block them. Like a lot of the issue with the harassment is like the physicality and the fact that it's hard to leave.
I'm using like way too much here.
The idea that you can be harassed online is kind of laughable initially to me.
If someone sexually harasses you and then you block them, blocking them doesn't mean you didn't get sexually harassed. It just means you can't.
Sure, yeah, but there's been an attempt to totally cut off, right? But you've cut off.
I mean, the thing is...
So if you get sexually harassed and don't block them, it's not sexual harassment?
Yeah, if you're continually engaging with it, I struggle to believe it's harassment, yeah.
So if I just DM a girl, I'm like, hey girl, and like I want to like fuck you or whatever, and then she's like, okay, it's like not sexual harassment.
Right. I think what Kuihman is saying is that you could be weird and annoying and pushy and stuff like that, but once the cutoff is there, it becomes a different scenario.
Yeah.
It becomes much more severe if you're making alt accounts and trying to reach out to him.
Agree.
Further.
I 100%
there's
agree.
Levels to it.
Yeah, I know there's levels to it, but like it doesn't make the initial interaction not sexual harassment. Like the fact that he's willing to message that in the first place.
You're arguing
any push of
severity,
sexual
right,
boundaries. Sorry, what was that, Nick?
You're arguing severity, right, Kuihman? Like, yeah, I guess it could be sexual harassment.
There's a cutoff point where we start calling a boundary push a case of sexual harassment, but not every boundary push is a sexual harassment, right? Like we wouldn't call. I don't know. What's an example? Let's say two people are drunk at a party and one of them like starts like making a move on the other one. And they sort of like decline.
That's 2 likes. It's a 2 like comment. Kill me.
Move again, and maybe they accept at that time. We wouldn't call that first time sexual harassment just because they didn't want it at that time, right?
So sexual harassment is when the person is ugly and you don't want to have sex with them.
Exactly. That's what it is. When Bowblax hits on someone, that's when it's sexual.
Oh my god, that is a vicious. Bowblax, you got to respond to that.
I'm big a dick.
That's unbelievable.
Well, I don't even know what this guy looks like, so I can't.
Well, he's British. So you got
he's British and Jewish, so think of that, if you will.
So barely a survivor. Barely.
Wait a second. He's basically like an evil Lerix. He looks like Lerix, but the Bizarro edition. I think that's fair to say, isn't it?
He lived one town over to being wiped out of existence.
Yeah, but I necessarily don't care about like this bitch. Like, I don't think it matters whether or not the bitch is like traumatized or not. Okay, I don't really think that takes away from anything, whether or not she felt affected by it or not. Because I mean, again, yeah, you can make like these same arguments with like horrible shit happens to people, but if they're unaffected, then it doesn't really matter.
Dialogue.
I think that's like
take it easy.
That out of the picture, right? I don't think that's relevant.
Sure, my argument is take that out of it entirely, whether she felt affected by it or not.
Yeah.
What probable cause do you have to believe that there is a chance of him committing harm to someone? Why does it warrant
harm is like a cringe word necessarily because it's like harm you like imply so like some kind of like
a base life is just like the biggest Lerix hater going. Lerix looks like the bad Lerix but gayer. Dude. How can you have this much passion for hating Lerix? He's not that bad. He's like, I like him in fact. I just don't understand why you would think he's that bad.
And why does it warrant investigation?
Because he's a 19-year-old talking to a 15-year-old and like fetishizing and about her being underage.
Because 14 years ago, he made jokes about, you know,
Do you write all these off as jokes?
No, I write. Well, it's like sexual jokes. It's like they're jokes, but they're not jokes. Do you know what I mean? I'm willing.
Yeah, he's like getting.
Funny Lerix always says this bitch when talking about a woman. He even said this bitch about Haley when talking to Magnetar. Oh man, that was so fucking funny, dude. Holy shit. Oh man, it's so based. It's so based. Did you see William Eric's Femboy Lerix picture led to Lerix getting groomed with super chats? No. Is he getting trans? Is he experiencing the same thing I did?
Off to it, so they're not just jokes.
I agree
he's
with
like
that,
jerking it while he's
like
fucking.
I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying that. But they're like flirtatious. They're like flirtatious messages. We'll say
he's sexting. He's sexting, dude.
He's sexting.
Yeah,
just bite that bullet. You gotta bite that bullet.
I'm willing to bite any bullet. Listen, I'm not trying to downplay this. I'm just saying that he was making comments about, you know, her being a real life lolly. Is she actually a real life lolly? No, she's actually not a real life lolly. So it's not a statement of fact, is it? Is my point, right? What I'm saying is,
what
just having that fetish does not mean
How are they not getting this? Like, I think I don't know, was it just then if he said it, or was it another point where he says like you need to bite the bullet on it being sex? It's like what bullet do you think I'm not willing to bite here? I just said that the reason commentary YouTubers hate pedos so much is because the teenage audience want to protect the supply of underage pussy for themselves. What optics bullet do you think I'm not willing to bite? I'm just stating to you, I'm trying to express a statement about these messages that they're not a statement of fact. The idea that I just wasn't to bite a bullet just triggered the fuck out of me, because like, what signal am I giving off here? That means you think that I'm not willing to bite a bullet.
He is going to harm someone, or he's predating on children. That there's no reason to necessarily believe that, and especially not if the only instances you can find.
Dude, he's turned on by the fact that she's 15. That's literally the DM.
He was 19.
Yeah, dude. I think I think that's the argument. That's the argument. Even if it was like many years ago, that is true. But I think that's the argument because he got into contact with her because of his platform and his channel.
Why?
I think it's worthy. Like, go look into deeper with this guy and like see like what's actually going on, if he's done this to other people, or potentially that he could do it to more people in the future, right?
Okay, sure. Then look into it. Why is there a massive public call-up?
So the argument for him being turned on by the fact that she's 15 is like oh, you're like my real life lolly. Seeing you in that cosplay makes you look like a lolly. All that sort of stuff, you know. Yeah. It was a joke once. I think it got brought up a couple times. The age got brought up a couple times, and there was like the rape stuff. It's like, yeah, I don't agree with it. And it seems retarded to be like, oh, he's turned on by the fact she's 15, when it's like he's 19. Could that be a problem if it was true? Possibly. But there's no reason to believe that his age of attraction hasn't moved up with him, and every reason to believe that it has. So the idea that he's stuck at that age of attraction just seems retarded.
Why is there a massive call-out post?
Yeah, why is this being brought public? Why doesn't someone go investigate this?
I assume she posted a cosplay on some social media or in some chat, and he commented on it. Did you guys address statute of limitations here? Statute of limitations doesn't really matter, because I don't think anyone is alleging any criminal activity anyway. Also, online too, you're not fully saying how mature the person is. Exactly right. Like, an online relationship doesn't necessarily translate into a real life one. We understand that for everything else. Why do we not understand it here? When GRP isn't punishable by law. So true. I wouldn't call them sexts, to be honest. I like cringy, flirtatious, get awkward conversation, not sexting. Yeah, but they're all gonna say that any sexually charged conversation is like sex, basically. Cringy uppy is punishable or it's called enticing a minor. No, enticing a minor means that you're trying to meet up, isn't it? I'm pretty sure you can technically by the law. ERP. Not that I'm trying to give legal advice to pedophiles. It says I hope so. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Properly. Why isn't someone bringing this to the authorities?
Because the girl felt like I guess she was taken advantage of, like when she was a minor, that she did this.
It's to show an example of his behavior, not to like put him in prison.
Jewish, British.
To like back up what the other girls have been saying about his recent behavior. She's like, yeah, he acted like this way to me too.
You say 10 years ago. Prison, but he wouldn't go to prison for this. He wouldn't go to prison.
Yeah, I know he wouldn't.
No one's making that argument.
Nobody's talking about going to prison.
The options are not public call-up post or prison. It's public call-up post or no prison. So you saying she doesn't want to put him in prison, she's doing this to call him out without putting him in prison. That's fucking retarded. That makes no sense.
Well, you're the one who was talking about contacting the police and stuff, and I was like, that's not what this is about. I'm trying to like take that out of the conversation. If you think
there is a chance that he has been harming more minors or that he's actually harmed a minor in
real life. Catsy is not 12. That is a joke. That's a joke, Dono, I believe. I believe that to be a joke, Dono. I do not believe this past is 12.
I already said I didn't think that.
Yeah, but if these people
I disavow.
they should take that evidence to the authorities, not bring it out in public. Because right now, all that's happened is without any victim being identified, this guy's career has been destroyed.
The reason they're bringing it out is to validate the other experiences of him being like creepy in general, not specifically the pedo thing.
Why does that need to be brought out? Why does the sexual harassment, the quote-unquote sexual harassment, need to be brought out?
Because other people are claiming he's sexually harassing.
Super chatted $1.49. Im12, and what is this?
Stuff, and then someone else comes out with proof that, like, hey,
why did someone
he was
claim
doing
that
this
issue?
to
Why
me
was
too?
But there's no evidence for it, is there? We don't have any evidence from sexually harassing anyone.
What
no
we do?
No,
what do you
we
mean?
have evidence of him pushing boundaries in conversations. We don't have any evidence of him sexually harassing people. It's a fucking insane.
$2, Mom would be crying. Thank you, Catsy. Thank you.
To call this sexual
Pushing
harassment.
boundaries sexually is sexual harassment.
No, it's not. Not always, Bowblax. We just established this.
Sexual harassment is like an autistic definition anyway. Like basically what she says, the reason why she justifies coming out with her story is that she says like these are unacceptable things to do and say. So that's why she's leaking it to the public. That's like her statement why she felt that like released it publicly. I think like that's pretty valid to like release that. Like, do you not think that's, I guess, valid?
Cat Zaflock and super chatted $1.49.
If you've not got a real case or any
Mama
like
be
real,
grinding.
no real bad thing's been done. If you just pushed a few boundaries, no,
I don't believe that you're right about this enticement of a minor thing, Simpleton. I don't believe you're correct. I'm looking it up now. I don't believe you to be correct on this. If you can find me a source on this. People commit enticement if they invite or persuade or attempt to convince a child to enter a secluded place, room, building, or vehicle while intending to commit unlawful sexual contact or sexual assault on the child. Children do not have to have perceived the intent of enticement for someone to be convicted. So yeah, you're just. I do not believe you to be correct about this.
I think leaking a bunch of sex or whatever they are, floating
This
messages.
is from federalcharges.com, written by some guy from, I guess, Jeffrey Nathan. Yeah, Jeffrey Nathan Law Officers, Attorney Jeffrey G. Nathan. There you go.
I think, right? I think
flirtatious messages.
Yeah,
Lolly has a much nicer ring to it than pedo crush.
Sorry, you're talking about the first. We're talking about the first things that leaked. That is not the first thing that leaked, is it?
Oh, who gives a fuck about the foot fetish?
Well, we're talking about
the initial
stuff.
shit. That's
okay,
what we
right.
were just talking
to be fair,
about.
I feel like Kuihman's arguing with all of you at different
each thing
points.
is justified by the previous one. Each thing is justified by the previous one. I just ran down that with Bowblax. He says, "Oh, well, this person had to bring it out to validate the previous person. And they had to bring it out to validate the previous person. And the reason why that brought out was because he was sexually harassing them. And it's like, okay, well, so where was the sexual harassment?" And Bowblax says, "Well, any boundary pushes sexual harassment." And then you turn around to me and say, "Oh, who gives a fuck about the foot fetish shit?" Bowblax gives a fuck about the foot fetish shit. Bowblax is calling it sexual harassment.
Debate the initial shit, and then we'll get to like I think like the other allegations are more like pressing. But if you want to talk about the foot fetish shit, go.
So, Bowblax, what is the justification for bringing that shit out? Why did she leak a bunch of sex from this guy?
Okay.
Yeah, the Destiny fast speech debater is. Oh man, I might have to go like the samurai if I got a Destiny comparisons. Oh no, oh man, it's fucking over, bros. It's fucking over. It's so over. It's literally never been more over. I'm going to do something terrible. What is the samurai self-death thing called? Harakiri or seppuku? I don't know if they're different, but I heard both used. I'm telling you, it's men that resemble Destiny that are pervy, hating, smug looking. Talking about me?
Okay, so with the Emily thing, I am critical of her bringing this out in the first place, but I was just saying, like, the mindset of the other people coming out is to, like, validate, like, Emily, so... But, like, Emily coming out in the first place, like, I think she did that out of, like, pettiness and vindictiveness. potentially. So I don't think Emily should have came out with her initial thing.
So I'm not pervy. What the fuck? I'll agree with hating and smug looking.
Like, these are obviously like worse. So the new stuff.
It's getting.
Let's go. Black up. The black up. Okay, so this. Man, Stylo getting added was such a good choice. Quack ruined it. Quack has accepted that though and apologized by giving 5 subs. But Stylo joining, this was the real shit. I'm not judging. What do you mean? Dude, listen. With or without pictures, cyber pornography can be a crime. Yeah, but okay, so that's not child enticement, first of all. You're talking about a different thing now. Talking about a different thing. And also, there was nothing sexually explicit, from what I believe, other than like them joking about rape, I guess. But you are there is no chance anyone ever gets prosecuted for that. 19 and 15 making rape jokes back and forward. So you've changed the crime that you're saying it is, and also it still probably wouldn't apply, and definitely they wouldn't be prosecuted for it.
A bit one-sided here. There's someone here, Stylo, who's a trusted member of the. He's
a
trusted member of the community, and he's also a right-hand man of Kuihman. Maybe a slave dynamic. I'm not sure. Jew, black person.
Big fan of Bowblax. I was reading chat
True.
yesterday.
I knew somebody would see it. We've got to take down commentary. You guys are all terrified of your fucking communities, and it's disgusting. Not you, DeOrio, because if you were, you'd upload a video in 2 years.
Oh my god!
I did. I just uploaded.
You, Lerix, are both terrified of your communities.
Do you want to elaborate if you're trying to make a legit point?
Basically the same thing that Kuihman said. You guys are all terrified of saying these people are not pedophiles. These people should not lose their livelihood just because.
I literally said that earlier in the stream.
Wait,
I literally said that.
Okay. I think Marsky's lost.
Earlier in the stream.
You called them a pedophile.
Women are terrified of establishing their boundaries.
They absolutely are.
15-years need to establish their boundaries.
I'm specifically
I didn't consider that part.
Bowblax harping on the Messiah Nella shit, where she explicitly says that she's afraid to establish boundaries because she's a large audience. I'm not talking about the 15-year-old.
She had private conversations with him, and he apologized multiple times, and then he wasn't listening. She said she had these conversations with him in private, and he apologized, and then kept doing it. That's in the thread.
Stop talking to him. So stop talking to him.
Yeah, block button.
And that's what she did. That's what she did.
Then why is it public?
What she said she did in the fucking thread.
Then why is it public?
Wait, time out.
Because of the Emily shit. Oh my god.
Which makes no sense to make public either.
Pause. All right, hold on. Okay, so I'm learning this as we go along. Sorry if that's not a good. Okay, so wait. So she said, "Hey, this is weird," and then she blocked him, and then they spoke privately, and he apologized, and she unblocked him, and he kept doing it.
No.
Let me, for the sake of clarity, I'm just going to read the full.
It sounds triggered as fuck. Well, yeah, because one of his queens came under attack, so he was activated. Common issue with Bowblax, unfortunately. We will save him. We will save Bobby. Okay, that's the mission right now.
So that we're all on the same page with this, okay? As I'm desperately trying to find it. Continue on for now, and I'll read the full thing.
Well, because I'm just saying, because it sounds like if that's the case, then we're like getting close to Kuihman's definition of sexual harassment, right?
She wasn't blocking him each time. No, she stopped talking to him at the end.
Did she block him once though, and then they talked after that?
There's no mention of blocking at all.
There's no mention of blocking. There's no mention of blocking.
Okay,
then I must have misheard. My apologies.
Just so we're all on the same page, let me read this out, okay? I'll read the whole thing so there's no confusion. So this is Masay Anela said, following the Emily allegation, after the number of people who inquired about Chuggaaconroy over MagFest,
Nick doesn't actually give a fuck, as you can see. He's only here to help Bowblax Logic his way through the argument. He is helping Bowblax Logic his way through it, but also Nick is falling. You know, there's a bit of a, I think there's a bit of believe victims mentality in the commentary community, especially when it comes to pedo stuff.
What the fuck is that noise?
Sorry, someone's calling me.
We're watching a movie here. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's time!
This Nick guy, this Nick fella, has got some problems.
Okay.
It's rape review.
Okay. After the number of people who inquired about Chuggaaconroy over MagFest, I feel the need to make this clear. I've not associated with Emil for years, nor are we friends. Any cameo or interaction mention was posted and done without my consent after I made it clear that I did not want to be associated. I'm uncomfortable with the way he talked to about me in the past, which has been a huge point of...
There are times when they don't believe victims, yeah, but what I'm saying is that Nick is coming in with limited information, so I think he's got a slight inclination to fall down on that side of it. By just, like, you know... It's good for self-preservation, I think. But a lot of us, Stylo especially, is fuck optics.
Distress. Combined with the way he's spoken to about others, particularly women, in private and public, it is concerning, and I do not want to associate with that behaviour. Emil has historically been one to push boundaries, and being faced with a following as large as his is absolutely harrowing. Even establishing my own personal boundaries carries an inherent risk. For a long time, not rocking the boat felt like a safer option. There's a few more here. I have seen the recent posts in his apology. I've privately received several from him over the years that have rung hollow with his actions. I am tired of hearing it, have no more chances to give, and am exhausted from pretending politely dodging topics when he's brought up. For my own comfort and safety, I will not be attending events that he will be at unless it is a public space where I'm able to avoid him, large-scale conventions. I have not seen him in years, and I have no intention to start again now. To those who have unknowingly asked me questions about him, either at MagFest, in private, or in chat comments, I hold absolutely no ill will, and I do not fault you. Moving forward, I will not be reciprocating discussion about Emil further in any capacity. This is my personal line in the sand, made because I no longer want to quietly tolerate people speaking for me, assuming the wrong things, or incorrectly associating us as friends, collaborators. To those who have also been hurt, I empathise with you and wish you all strength. So that's the full statement.
What is she saying she's being hurt at? Wait, what is him crossing boundaries?
I'm confused. What even is this allegation? We have no details,
no evidence, no source, no...
Wait, that's the whole allegation?
No message logs, they're all...
Okay, like... I thought you watched this already, Lerix.
This is the foot shit. I'm talking about the other, like
no, wait.
Okay, it's all foot ERP shit, okay?
Okay,
dude, he's a federal toenail inspector. He's doing his job.
Okay,
wait, is there no screenshot? Is there screenshots tagged along to this?
There's not screenshots in any of them.
Okay, then fuck this person. Like, who cares? Like, yeah.
They're all like this, though, is what I'm saying. Like, what Kuihman's also saying.
None of them actually have anything to them once you look into it. There's no reason to think this guy's hurting anyone. Like...
But Bowblax,
I don't care if someone's not providing evidence.
Okay, but this is the problem: is Bowblax, I think, because he at least knows of this community, puts more weight on the statement and has more belief that the apologies and whatnot have happened. Right? Do you want to just elaborate on that first? We'll
it's specifically because it comes from Masay and Ella and like the history of like them doing content together. What?
Stylo.
What? Oh no. Oh man, so mean. Stylo's so fucked up, bro. I can't believe he did this to poor little Bobby.
Behave yourself.
The cackle.
I'm doing my best, okay?
They're hitting him with the classic Stylo cackle.
I mean, I could like literally like download a bunch of videos and like compile clips and stuff, but obviously it'd like take a long time. But I specifically put more weight on this because it's from Masay and Ella, 100%.
Dude.
Why?
Again, it's like the history of like them, and I guess I could explain, but it would literally take hours. I would need it.
So
nothing concrete. I just need to download.
Listen,
I could send you clips. I could start compiling
yesterday
clips.
You were talking about how you're in like a very unique position where you've watched these people since you were a child. I too have watched these people since I was a child. None of this, what you're saying, anything. Him making weird quote unquote comments is all you've been saying.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that then? what needs to be done for a guy making weird comments and a woman not establishing her boundaries? What should be done? Should he die?
No, what? I said, dude.
Okay.
Why do you support any of this being made public?
There's clearly an issue with his behavior that he's not learning from. And
issue?
That's it. The issue of him pushing boundaries with women and like making them uncomfortable.
Okay, listen. I've got to back Bowblax here a little bit. Okay, Jesus Christ, is getting. I think Bowblax is saying that there's clearly things that he has done, and there's a claim that he has been told about this and he hasn't done anything about it. Right? That's what Bowblax is trying to point out.
Yeah,
and he's got more belief in that, but you guys are saying, well, there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence of that happening. Right?
Crazy statement.
Well, no, I'm not saying. I'm just trying to lay out your fucking point.
No, sorry, it's not direct at you. Sorry. Yeah. Take it easy. Take it easy.
All I'm saying is that he's like clearly been weird and making these people like uncomfortable, and he's not been improving his behavior. Do I think he should be canceled to the extent he is because of that? No, but I think it's an issue worth like discussing. Is it worth like canceling him over and like going like as far as everybody else is?
Usually when like one of your friends has like bad behavior and it's like happened within the group, usually the group confronts them or cuts him out. They don't like make it a big public thing and destroy his career.
That's what Masay said happened in the thread. And she's only talking about this now publicly because everyone's asking about it to her at MagFest because of the Emily shit. No, multiple people have come out and like quote tweeted and said, "Yeah, I've had these experiences too."
Yeah, but this is just happening and it's all public. These people not like talk? Are they not all friends behind the scenes?
They said they have talked behind the scenes and he's not listening, and that's why this is coming out publicly now.
Well, Masay and Emil have talked behind the scenes. We don't know if all of them have confronted him as they should if they're actually
friends. A lot of people are saying they have. And there are people who are verifiably been friends with him and have like...
No evidence.
Guys, you got to understand... I was AFK for a second there. I got to be honest. Guys, you got to realize Stylo is, you know, this is the thing with black nerds is they're very similar to white autists, usually. They like Sonic. They like fighting games. They like Nintendo. You know, that's the sort of things they're into. That's the way it is. So obviously they watch the same content creators.
Evidence again.
Okay, I think...
What do you mean? There's content and like a history of them being friends and interacting and meeting up at cons.
Still not convinced Stylo's black. Listen to his voice. What do you want about? What?
And like talking and being in hours of fucking videos together and like
I don't know the full no.
So wait.
I don't know the full context of the situation. No. But an
Bowblax.
allegation is backed up, like it's more corroborated if you show a history of being friends with this person. Like that doesn't say there's evidence to it. It's not saying it's 100% proof. But if someone is past friends with someone, they come out with an allegation against them. That does like give more credibility. To the story.
Then like a random person coming out. Yeah.
Other than like random like card.
Like for example, if Augie came out and made allegations against me, that would hold more weight than like Smaggle coming out. And
I'm not sure why we're focusing on this when this isn't even something I argued against. I said there's no evidence specifically.
There's
not even like screenshots.
Okay, right. I think here's the problem. Bowblax is willing to be more believing of this person claiming that there was apologies behind the scenes, and you guys are saying there's no evidence though, so I'm not going to go there. Kuihman, go on, please.
I was just saying, let's skip past this. Even if he was being weird, like, why does the fact that your fans are asking about it, why does that mean you have to leak a bunch of details of like interactions you've had behind the scenes? Isn't there like a general acceptance that unless something crazy happens, unless there's a harm that needs to be prevented, generally just don't leak shit like sexual interactions you have behind the scenes? That's probably a pretty good rule to stand by, I think. And I would generally shame anyone that just starts randomly leaking shit because people are asking about it. I don't understand where, if you can't point to a harm and the only thing you're saying about this is weird, where is the justification for her responding to these questions? Why is she telling people about this? You can't point to a harm. You're not saying what actually happened that was wrong. You're saying, oh, well, he pushed boundaries and he was told that he was weird a few times. Okay, and so what? He loses his career? Because that is the obvious outcome. That is the outcome these people know is going to happen when they go public with this stuff. And you just cannot seem to point to me what the actual harm that's being done is. Even if there is evidence, even if we accept there's evidence, what do you think the actual harm is?
You're still talking about the other allegations or the new ones?
The ones we're talking about, the Messiah ones.
She's frustrated with his consistent behavior and is just saying that frustration publicly.
What is the behavior?
I've explained it so many times.
Explain to me now. Explain to me now. Say to me now, Bowblax.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'm pretty proud of this one. I think I kind of, you know, raped a little bit here. I'm gonna be just sucking my own dick. I think I raped a little bit here. We'll see.
Say to me now. What is the behavior?
Him being like
weird.
Whoa, slow down.
Okay, well, I can't, dude.
There's no harm.
Honestly, I don't even want to have this conversation because every time I try to explain, you just interrupt and yell.
Okay, let's just slow down. Let's
rein it in, Kuihman. Fucking prick.
Okay, I think I understand what's happening here. Okay, Bowblax is saying that the fact that he's apparently not learned from this and continues to do it. Other people are seeing this and are now coming out and going, well, yeah, I spoke to him and he didn't do anything. Yeah, he was kind of weird with me too. So it's kind of like not even necessarily an exact harm necessarily. I don't think anyone is necessarily getting harmed.
Yeah.
They just feel upset by the fact that he's not listening and still pushing past boundaries.
Exactly.
And that's the justification we afford. But you guys are saying that's not enough justification, and I think but that's just a disagreement we have to accept.
And I respect that opinion of like you not saying there's enough like justification to condemn him. Like
it sounds
it isn't super definitive, but like to me, you know, these people are just frustrated with him not listening, and they're coming out and speaking out about it. The result is his career's getting like severely harmed. I don't think that's fair, but again, I do think their frustrations are valid. Should they have come out with this publicly knowing the result? Maybe not, honestly, but I do think like they do have the right to like complain about this stuff, right?
No.
Like he is making mistakes and he's admitted it. Chugga himself has admitted it. Like, I don't like my
but you
behavior
understand it when literally the entire planet, your entire fan base is standing on your neck. You can't breathe, right? You're just gonna roll over. These people roll over because they're all like soft.
So just slamming his desk. You can't breathe, dude. Man, this ninja funny.
They're all soft.
There's got to be like a huge difference between the foot fetish shit and the new messages that came out.
Look, I think we're going around in circles on this.
You can't talk about these things like as if they're even common.
But I think the reason we're having this problem is because the release of this new 15-19 dynamic is because it's to say this is to justify the other people that have come out, but then we're saying the other people came out for no reason, and it was pointless for them to come out, so there's no need for this to come out, right? That's the point.
Cheesing about this convo all day. Have you been telling people about it? Have you told people it happened? Are people finally finding out about your connections?
They're making.
It's like I can't. Maybe Bowblax. I don't know. Bowblax, do you think that? Because I don't think that, but I mean, I guess you're the one arguing the.
Dude, when this YouTube video goes up, it might be over for you. It might be over for you. Let's be honest.
Fetish stuff.
Let's move on to the foot fetish stuff. I think. Okay, I think we've gone around in circles on that.
Before we continue, really clear, I do want to clear this up because these other people are like, I feel like they're trying to like act like I'm making like a more severe statement than like I am. I think they're frustrated. Okay. I think their frustration. Excuse. I think their frustrations are valid. Do I think it's like for like the first two things, like just the foot fetish stuff? Do I think it's like enough to like maybe come out publicly, not solve it behind the scenes? No, I think they should have solved it behind the scenes. I think the frustrations are valid, but I do get the criticism of like the way they went about trying to like address this with Chugga maybe wasn't the best course of action. And I'm not calling Chugga like a pedo or whatever. I'm just saying like he has social issues and people have a right to be frustrated with that. And he should work on that. And the fact that like people apparently told him about this and haven't been listening. Like, I get their frustration. I get why they came out publicly. Do I necessarily agree that they should have? No. And I don't think Chugga's like an evil rapist predator person also.
I don't know. My first reaction to the very first tweet drop that came out was like, wow, okay, this is really cropped. Wow. Okay, this guy is getting like, why does this guy's foot fetish need to be like a social discourse? What's going on? And I feel like that's kind of how most people were reading it.
I think the frustration is there's this post hoc rationalization of like, well, look, this person's come out and there's more bad stuff happening, so therefore it was right that everyone else came out. But then it wasn't right that they came out because it should have been dealt with privately. So
well, weren't those messages actually cropped? I don't think anyone's defending that, right?
Well, no. This is the thing. The Emily person came out, and I think there was some scrutiny, and they released more messages, and it was kind of a bit split, but more on Chuggaaconroy's side. Then when the friends came out, people started siding against him because he said, well, all these friends are coming out now. You know, it must be something to it. And then this grooming allegation has dropped, which is completely
heavy artillery. The 15 years ago sexting a 4-year age.
Yeah, dude. I mean, necessarily, I don't think this new grooming allegation like kind of like backs up the previous allegations. I think we just dropped like the foot fetish just sucks. It sucks. There's nothing like substantiated or whatever, or it doesn't even seem relevant.
But then you're talking about like some shit that you did 15 years ago. Like,
wait, I didn't say it again.
I'm saying, but then you're talking about investigating ago based on some shit you did 15 years ago when you was 19, right?
like now the whole.
What is the
justification falls
15
apart.
years? What is the 15 years ago arguments? If he raped someone 15 years ago, does that make it
But
better?
he
What do
didn't
you-
rape
Yes, it
someone,
does.
Lerix.
Huh?
Your whole argument has
You
not
don't rape
been that there
again.
was a harm.
It
You
makes it
cannot
better.
point to
Wait,
a
I
harm.
wanted to.
Wait. You cannot point to a harm in this situation. You have been unable.
I don't
to
give a
every
fuck
time.
about a harm.
Your
Do you think I
justification.
care
Yeah,
about a
exactly.
harm?
Your justification is a
The
warning.
bitch doesn't need to be
sign.
traumatized for it to still
Man, the fact I was raging here, I could not get a point out. Fuck.
be
Dude,
bad. What are you
Your
saying?
justification is it's a warning sign that he was fetishizing the age gap. when
Dude,
he
what's the
was-
harm in a girl saying I liked being raped? What's the harm there?
This analogy
There's
is
no
so
harm because she says she like.
You're being-
How are you?
Yes,
Are you?
right,
Do you not understand what I'm?
Yeah, again, this is like the argument would still stand because while there wasn't a harm committed, the fact that someone was willing to violate consent means that they're likely to harm someone in the future, so it's still bad. Right, even though there wasn't a harm committed in that instance, that was by pure luck. That's like it's like attempted murder, right?
What I'm saying? Wait, do you not get what I'm saying? What is the harm in a
What
girl
do you-
saying
yeah,
I like
so
being
what do you
raped?
think? What wrong thing
There's
do you
no
think
harm.
happened? What was wrong? What was wrong?
A
What's the moral wrong
19-year-old
that's been committed?
was
Yeah.
fetishizing talking to a 15-year-old minor.
Okay, why is that wrong?
Because he's taking advantage of her in a sense.
Okay,
And it's like
how is he
predatory
taking
and fucking
advantage of her?
weird.
How is he
And
taking
it's-
advantage of her?
And it definitely causes for like more investigation to see what he's doing.
How is he taking advantage of it? Do you think a four-year age gap? Do you think that is at 19 and 15? You think that is like a predatory age gap that is always wrong categorically?
No, I don't think like inherently. I think
Okay,
it's
so what-
possible to make it
okay.
necessarily. Shut
Okay,
the fuck
so
up.
what determines
Necessarily,
whether,
you can
whether
have an
it's predatory
innocent.
or not?
You
What
can have an
determines
innocent. I've said
what
that.
determines-
You're acting like I haven't said this already. I
no,
said this.
You haven't.
It's not inherent. Yes, I did. It's the conversations. It's him talking about how he's attracted that she's a lolly, and he's saying,
What is the outcome? What is the
lolly has a
outcome
much
of that?
nicer ring to it than pedo crush.
Okay,
That's what I'm
why
saying.
is that
That's
wrong?
the argument.
Why is that wrong?
Because he's fetishizing her age.
Okay, why is fetishizing someone's age wrong?
Because she's 15.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
but you don't think
Are
a
you-
19 and 15-year-old is always a wrong age gap. Why is it wrong? What is causing that to be wrong? What differentiates that? What? Because you wouldn't say that a 28-year-old fetishizing a 24-year-old's age gap. You wouldn't say that's wrong, would you?
Of course not, because there's nothing to
Okay.
fetishize.
Okay, so what makes it wrong in that instance?
Because he's getting off at the fact that she's 15 and that
You're
much
not
younger,
actually
being a
justifying.
minor.
You're not actually justifying. You're just going around in loops. You're just
What?
saying she's 15. She's 15. You're not actually pointing.
He's
to me
getting
a
off at
reason
that
why
fact.
it's wrong. Okay, yeah, but why?
She
is that
mentions
wrong?
many times,
But
oh,
why
this is
is that wrong?
pedophilia, this is pedophilia, as he's
She
jerking
doesn't-
and continually
while
sex
she's
to
playing
her.
into it. While she's playing into it, yeah. Why is it
Yeah,
wrong?
while she's playing into it, what is
Yes,
that
yeah.
argument? It's she.
Yeah, because
she's now falling for it?
teenagers sexting. Yeah, there's teenagers sexting. I don't particularly care initially about the age gap, so I don't. So if she's playing into it, I'm like, okay, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything wrong here. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly the thing is that is making this action wrong.
Is it
to
only
you.
the is it only the age gap? Because you're using weird arguments to justify it that she's playing into it. I mean, obviously, you would say if a 14-year-old is playing into
Yeah,
it,
because
if a
she's
28-year-old is talking
consenting.
to
Yes,
it.
she's consenting, and they're within a reasonable age
A
gap. I don't particularly
15-year-old
care.
is consenting to
a
sexting with a
19-year-old.
19-year-old.
Yes.
Are you?
This
You're
is
biting
like
at
the
bullets?
commentary brain.
I don't think this was good. I think this was good.
And
Yes.
have this discussion without spurging.
I'm not spurging. I'm explaining to you.
No, you are spurging.
You are spurring because the
sexting.
thing is that you're
He's
saying something's
role-playing
wrong
and
without
sexting.
actually explaining to anyone why it's wrong. My point of saying what is the harm is that the way I would determine.
I need to not suck my own dick too much. It's cringe. Look, it's already cringe watching back content that I was in, but I need to just not suck my own dick. That's what I need to not do.
Something's wrong is if there's a harm being committed. If you can't point to me a harm or even a reasonable expectation to think there's going to be a harm, then I don't understand what the fuck.
Yeah, this is why I keep
I'm
bringing
there
up.
saying you're retarded with no justification. Okay, I'll ban you. Say why I'm wrong. Just saying you're retarded. No, that doesn't. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Is that why I keep bringing up the rape analogy? Like if there's like a harm done, like if the girl liked it afterwards, is there
But
a
you
harm
understand
done?
why
why
the
No.
girl like
rape
it afterwards,
is bad
because
to
there's
begin
no
with,
reason.
correct?
Yes, rape is
It's
bad
such
to
a
begin
shit
with.
analogy.
Because you're violating someone's consent. There is no consent violation here.
Because yeah, I disagree. I don't necessarily
Okay, but
think.
you
Well, I
don't.
think-
but you
I
don't,
think-
because
I
you
think-
think a
I think the
19-year-old can
alternative-
consent with a 15-year-old.
I think the alternate argument is a 15-year-old is not able to actually consent to that interaction. That's the issue.
I don't ever watch
But
my own
there-
content back. That's cringe. That's the kind of thing Tom does. Yeah, I know. But listen, I didn't get to milk this. Okay, I was on a stream. Okay, I was meant to be quite busy that day, and I reoriented my day around this stream. So I'm gonna make a little bit of money and cut attention off of it. You know, the maximum I can. All right, that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes.
Lerix doesn't believe that because he's just
she doesn't understand.
He doesn't think that it's inherently wrong for a 19-year-old.
Well, no, it's twofold. It's like she doesn't understand. If as a 19-year-old, I mean, how old are you?
Lerix. Okay, so do you think it's inherently wrong for a 19?
I mean, I was 19 just a few months ago. Like sexting with a 15-year-old. Like at 15-year-old, I was very much different. I didn't understand, especially at these
I'm going to
ages.
ask you again.
Like you're developing really fast.
I think this might be. I hate to say it because I would kill someone for saying this about me, but it might be an age thing. It might be. I'm like 4 or 5 years older than Lerix. I think to some extent, it may just seem in the moment that, you know, you're so much more mature than a 15-year-old.
See if your answer changed this time. Do you think it's inherently wrong for a 19-year-old to talk sexually with a 15-year-old?
Inherently wrong.
Do you think there is an inherent consent violation there, that there is such a gulf in the standards of age that they simply cannot consent, that they do not have the mental maturity to consent to interactions with a 19-year-old? Do you believe that?
No, it could be done in like an innocent way.
So, all right,
possibly.
you guys are all
what makes
makes
it bad is that he's actively talking about her age in a fetishized way, and he's sexualizing that as he's.
Just money does Destiny give Kuihman. I never hear him promote Addy's channel. Guys, check out Addy Pupils on YouTube for all your favorite Destiny hater clips. Okay, guys, Addy Pupils on YouTube. Respected member of the community around here. Quack. Okay. Listen, you didn't do very well when you came in, so you can say what you want.
Getting off to the fact that she's 15.
Okay, but why is that bad? What is the problem with that?
Because they're talking about pedophilia, and he's getting off to the fact that she's.
We're talking about pedophilia.
Isn't that inherently predatory?
Lerix, you sound like scared to give an answer because you don't want to like marry yourself to a fucking position.
That's what I mean.
You guys are being really gay and pushy. The reality is, yeah, there is something wrong with it. Is that something wrong with it the same thing that would be something wrong with a 19-year-old talking to a 12-year-old? No, there are levels to this thing. And unfortunately, the word pedophile is very specific and used in ways that aren't, I guess, entirely fair to each of those situations. But like, even people that I've defended in the past for similar age gaps would come out and say, yeah, I did something wrong. Okay, so yeah, you can say like it's bad, but you don't have to marry yourself to saying that this guy's like a malicious pedophile child molester. Okay, because there's no way to have this discussion.
You have to at least tell me that there was a bad action committed 15 years ago if you're going to use that to justify an investigation now. You have to at least show me there was a bad action committed then.
And I can look at all those messages, and the things that I'm seeing in that conversation are absolutely concerning enough that I would want to see if he's done anything else like that in the future. Okay. I think it's totally justifiable to ask that question. Because I think it's super weird that a guy who hangs out in the Nintendo community, who plays fucking Pokemon, is talking about how this is his like IRL lolicon. And it like that's way too fucking far, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Does that mean he's doing it right now? No. But that means that I want to know if he's doing it right now. Yeah, I want more people to look into it. 100%.
Then why not do that behind the scenes? Why is this all being done publicly? It still does not justify the leak.
Because his response should also be public. He should say, yeah, this is something I did that was fucked up in the past or whatever. Like, I don't have a problem with this entire interaction.
If you think it's likely that he's predating on children, you should handle that through the proper channels, not just blow it up publicly. It's not just.
But we wouldn't know that unless this person had come forward. It's a chicken and the egg. It's chicken and the egg.
But this is my point. I'm condemning the act of leaking, and people are justifying it to me. Initially, Bowblax used the other allegations to justify it. Now you're saying the initial leak is bad enough on its own to investigate. But why not just investigate behind the scenes?
Well, I'm talking about what I already have in my hands. I'm not justifying that girl coming forward and making that claim. My point is, now that I've seen this, I want to see more.
That's not okay. I want to see more just for the sake of my curiosity. You know, I'll be honest. This is all
very funny, actually.
But that doesn't mean. My point was about the leak initially. My point was that I don't think that leak is justified. I don't think it's reasonable for us to be even having this conversation in the first place. I don't think there's anything concerning enough about those messages for her to have brought that to the forefront, and no harm was committed. So I don't understand why it was brought to the forefront. If we agree on that, if we agree that it's kind of fucked that this guy's shit got blown up publicly, then we agree 90% of the way, and that's whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
So
at this point, I was just kind of like, it felt like the conversation was cycling the drain, that we were just going over the same shit again and again. So I was just kind of trying to end it, but it kept going.
Like that to a law enforcement or something. And if this person felt like they wanted to, they would have back then. I think that I'm not going to marry myself to a position that it shouldn't have come out at all. Because like, the fact that this guy's a fucking Nintendo YouTuber and the shit in those messages is I would be like concerned if I didn't hear about it. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that. I don't know. This shit's like crazy.
15 years ago, dude. It's 15
no. I agree with
ago.
you. It's 15 years ago, and it's not indicative that he's a threat right now. I 100% we totally agree on that.
It seems insane to justify the leaking of a bunch of like sex that are obviously going to destroy his career when they come out.
But is anyone justifying that? I think everyone is saying
Nick
like
just
maybe
Nick
didn't need to
he
be
didn't want to marry himself to the position that they shouldn't have come
Yeah,
out.
I'm not sold on that one. I need to
Okay.
maybe after I do a fucking 4-hour live stream and I research the whole thing publicly, maybe we could have a better one-on-one discussion. But I don't know if I want to say that right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I doubt Nick's gonna do a 4-hour long live stream going over this stuff. I seriously doubt that's gonna happen.
Okay. Stylo, Bowblax, what's going on?
Huh?
Nick's wanting to bathe in your clout for as long as possible. I don't think Nick is trying to clout chase me, dude. I don't think that's what's happening.
Listen.
I mean,
if anything, it's the other way around.
Opinion, like pretty in depth. So like, I don't know what else we could argue. But yeah,
no, it's fine. I mean, Lerix, are you kind of satisfied with that? Is there anything else you want to put out there? Any other issues?
Yeah, I'm trying to think through. So like, if they should come out, I guess if like I'm associated with the guy, I would like want to be very like known of this information if I want to like prop him up in the future, if I want to do collabs with him. Like I would very much want to know this information.
That can all happen like privately though. Is the contention.
Yeah, but
privately for the girl.
No, I don't think
reason.
so.
It's not going to be
I
private
think
to
it-
everyone, is it? Sorry, go
I
ahead.
think it's fucked if you find out something like that in private, and then you're like, all right, well, I'll just cut him off socially or whatever. Like, because then it's like this weird gay, like friendly gossip between friends. When like,
And then it's like
It's not about cutting him off. It's about doing the investigation in private and seeing if there's any reasons to take it to authorities.
person. It's like, what if you like future people in like the future they don't have the
Yo,
knowledge
thanks for the gifted, Addy. Thank you.
about it. It's like it's about like the broad mass of like I guess information. But I mean, as a byproduct of that, yeah, of course he's gonna get his career fucked because of the way the internet works.
like
But still, I think
hypothetically, if you
it's
didn't have
totally
evidence,
unjustified.
if you didn't have evidence, right, that somebody's like a pedophile, and then you went to like I don't know Mudahar, for example, or like Nexpo, and you're like, hey, dude, your friend's like a fucking pedophile, right? And that information wasn't pushed or whatever, but it was just used to like completely blackball him privately.
It depends.
I
on
think
the evidence.
that
My
would be,
assessment is
like-
always going to come down to what the evidence is. Like, if it's this, then no, I wouldn't blame anyone for not bringing that out at all. But if
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I've got footage of them raping a kid, then yeah, obviously I'm going to be like,
That should
what?
definitely be.
Hey, why are you not talking
Then-
about the fact
then I
I've got
think
my
our
Twitter
disagreement-
raping a child?
our
I have footage
disagreement
of
is
blah, blah,
in
blah,
I think
what-
these are
raping a
just bad
child.
enough though. I
Our
think that
disagreement,
unnecessarily.
yeah, our disagreement is in the severity of the weird shit that was in those messages, or I guess the intrigue.
So I just think people should be a bit more restrained and less outraged in the coverage of this. I don't think it's any deeper than that for me. Nah, I'm sick of like all these hooers coming out and just leaking a bunch of shit and acting like they don't know the obvious consequence of it. If you haven't like actually analyzed it and like made sure that there's some serious issue, then just don't fucking go public with it. I don't understand why it's suddenly like we're okay with leaking anything and everything if a woman just sort of like feels like something maybe slightly weird possibly happened at some point. Like, no, don't just leak people's shit for no reason. That's fucked.
Of what the reasoning
well,
could have been.
again, I thought
And the
we were gonna-
problem
because
is,
my
I
problem
can't
is that it
say
doesn't
really
feel like you can point
anything,
to harm, yeah.
but I can't say anything until I hear how he responds to it. I need to know, like, what his angle is going to be here. I need to
Listen,
hear
that
how
guy
he
There's worse, Chugga or Blackula. Well, there's nothing. Blackula's a hero.
explains
Fucking
it.
Response is
smacked
pulling
up
the
on
trigger,
Xanax.
right,
He is,
okay.
yeah, he's on his way
Killing
out.
himself.
He's got a fucking glass of scotch in his hand and pill bottle in the other. He's gone.
No,
His
because like,
brother
it's
is
like,
gone.
for example, if this guy turns around and goes like, "Yeah, these messages were never real," and then we
Prince
find out,
Meshuggah, I've said this already, and I may be proven wrong. But honestly, at this point, if what we've got is the worst that's come out when he's had he's been a YouTuber since 2000, since the site started, since 2006. He's been on YouTube. He's been around all that time, goes to Nintendo events every year. Biggest Nintendo YouTuber on the platform for a long time. And this is the worst that's come out over like 2 weeks or a week of these allegations. Then, honestly, at this point, it just seems like there was nothing. It just seems like there was nothing. Because he has had such unfettered access to children this entire time.
Yeah, 0 allegations till now, and this is the only thing that's come out.
Later that there's like strolling evidence that all this shit's real. Then I'm like, holy shit, this is really fucking concerning. What else did he do? You know what I mean? Or if he comes out and he's like, listen, this is a fucking terrible mistake I made. I never did this since. You'll never see an example of this happening ever again, or whatever. It's like, all right, at least then I could hear him taking accountability in some way, shape, or form for it. I mean, I not to just go back on the other shit, but the fucking guy Zero just came out and said it didn't happen after he confessed. I'm really concerned about any other interactions that guy had with other people. If he's just willing to lie and try to like sue somebody into oblivion.
You're gonna mention Tipster next. You're gonna mention Tipster next, DeOrio. And what after that? Fucking what else?
Bring up
What's Edwin up to? This statement is like
dude. I gotta be honest. The commentary, inside reference stuff is infuriating sometimes. Because I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what are these words. What are you going on about?
That was a new video.
Sorry, go on, please.
Yeah. I think the statement is integral to how this whole thing will be perceived as well. And I'd be interested to hear what he has to say, yeah.
I mean, I don't think the people like I said earlier, the people like this just roll over. If he says anything, he's just gonna be apologizing and flogging himself. It's worth nothing to me.
No, I don't know shit about Zero. I don't know shit about technicals. I don't know shit about who's the other one? Zaptai.
I don't know.
Well, you know, but it depends. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, for me personally, he is just going to flog himself. It's like a fucking apology to North Korea.
You can't flog yourself on this one. If you flog yourself, like,
yeah, I mean, he's done.
Not gonna look good. He's kind of got to think on this one.
Yeah, he's got to defend himself to like at least some extent. I'm sure there'll definitely be some like flogging in there, but like he's being called a pedo, right? So
It's okay to share those messages, then it's okay for me to share pics with my fat animal ex-wife. Okay.
To defend himself, at least a bit in that regard.
What could he say that's gonna stop 5 women with no evidence saying something?
Well, look,
he didn't look like an animal when I married
anybody, but it gives people like things to work with, I guess, in terms of going on to defend him, if that is the angle people want to take with it. Like, you need that response before you jump in. Yeah.
Well, nobody wants to defend him. He's fucked.
Well, yeah, I mean, but bro, he was talking about a pedo crush. Of course, no one wants to defend him. It's fucking. Those messages are fucking harrowing to read. It's tricky to defend him, isn't it?
Harrowing.
I think my problem is how much mentally different is a 15-year-old from a 19-year-old. Like wait,
what?
Oh no!
Like
what?
Lerix, are you telling me when you were 15 you weren't like sexual
with
other
people
your age?
Stylo, what the fuck, bro?
This is based.
Spit. I'm actually that's just so curious that you think that way. You think you were the same at 15 versus 19? I feel like there's a vast difference.
I didn't say the same. I said how different.
Well, I'm saying there's a vast difference between those.
Maybe you'd be retarded enough to sex the Nintendo YouTuber.
I've missed bits. How old are these DMs? They were 14 years ago.
I think a lot of children are that retarded.
Dude,
what are you saying?
Dude, 15 is like freshman year of high school.
Bro, look, all the adults were like, no, I don't want to see your feet. The 15-year-old was like, dive in, feet first. Like,
okay.
Yeah, again, I'm saying the issue here is that I think Lerix is 20 and he's just gone from being 19. He doesn't think he's anything like a 15-year-old.
Dude, if that's not evidence enough, then I'm sorry.
Wait, dude, Silo, how fucking old are you?
I'm not saying that, huh? I'm an adult. I don't sex kids. Thank you.
Okay, but I've just never heard that before. I mean, I don't even understand like that frame of reference.
Where are the Kui Riz records? My Riz is just anytime any woman says anything remotely sexual to me, I just reply with the Mojai emoji.
Like 15 is so incredibly different in life experience.
Bro, he took the Mr. Girls he took the Mr. Girl talking point of like 17 and 18 really is the same thing, and he's like, listen, man, 13-year-olds, what's the difference?
Okay,
I didn't say 13. I'm kidding. Like you're post-puberty, well, not post-pubescent. You're still like in puberty. But like it's like it's like pretending that a 15-year-old doesn't like have any idea what they're getting into, like at all. I understand that a child doesn't have the same
woman who grew up online was doing this. Literally every woman.
It's a similar dynamic to revenge porn, but the Me Tooification of allegations has given women the free pass to leak everything socially. That is just raw facts. That is straight fire. That is just straight fire.
It happens in real life, like off the computer.
Oh,
I don't know.
What?
When you're 15, you are ready to have sex. Whether you engage in that.
Let's go. Let's go, Styler. Let's go. Let's go. Let's hear that again.
Off the computer.
Oh,
I don't know.
What?
When you're 15, you are ready to have sex. Whether you engage in that properly or not is a different discussion.
He's but you shouldn't have sex with like a grown man.
Not a 19-year-old though.
But he's not
like
a grown man. He's a teenager still.
A 15 with another 15-year-old. Wait, so you would just be
wait,
dude, so you would just be chill of a bit like a guy coming from fucking like his college class, rolling up to the freshman year classroom, picking him up and fucking fucking her in the parking lot.
That's different.
How is that different?
That's obviously a predator. This Chuggaaconroy shit
is 1915.
But you understand that
you were speaking broadly. You were speaking broadly. Like 15-year-olds are ready for sex. I was like, okay, hold on.
Yeah, that's what. Like when you say like 15-year-olds are ready to get one, I'm like, all right, send him Lion Maker. Yeah, like, what do you mean, bro? 28 years old, coming after him.
Okay, okay. Listen, that's
why it won't.
Yeah, it's like it does feel bad, Faith. It does feel a little bit dishonest to not realize what you were saying. Like, obviously, it's said in a bit of an inflammatory way, but it's pretty clear that you're saying. You know, you even said like, now whether you engage in that properly is a different discussion. It's like obviously, yeah, you shouldn't be doing it with people way older than you, obviously, but within a reasonable age gap. Who cares? Like, I'm gonna be honest, if you weren't fucking by 16, you're a loser. That's just... I've said this on stream before, okay? Said this before. I got a little bit of flack for it. But that's just facts. That's just pure facts. I'm sorry, you were a loser teenager. I was a loser teenager, and, you know, even I. 17 at the latest, exactly. Yeah, see the goat's absolutely right here. You just, otherwise you're a turbo loser. That's just facts. Sorry. If you're not a reborn incel by 25, then you're also a loser, though. That's the thing. That's what you gotta realize.
All of us commentary YouTubers are afraid to talk about it because you get clips saying something crazy like that.
I'm nobody. It's very funny for me.
I did say about this.
This is why optics matter. It sounds like you're like, dude, plant a baby in that 15-year-old.
Okay, I did say about this, Stylo. I said, you know, some of this stuff might make.
Addy, if that 19-year-old looks like Destiny and the girl was 15, then you might have to take this L.
And I said, I'm void pilled. I don't give a fuck.
Stylo's lost it a bit with all this Me Too shit, I think. So, you know, just take it with a pinch of salt. But I think the point that's being made, and I'm going to try and navigate this very carefully, but although there's maybe like I mean, they probably wouldn't even say this, but even though there's creepy messages, the age difference between 15 and 19 is not substantive enough to, you know, back up some of the claims that are being made online. But I think we probably all agree with that, don't we?
Yeah, like I wouldn't call him like a pedophile. Like he's not. Like
you guys did, like even as a joke. I wouldn't make that joke.
Publicly, not allowed to make jokes now, Stylo. Are you serious?
No, not publicly. This fucked up. What we're doing to man.
It's not even about it's bad to make the joke. It's not just about it's bad to make the joke. It's one of those safe, edgy jokes, kind of, isn't it? It's where it's like
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the DMs.
Like,
I mean, I'm the only one here.
I don't know,
who thinks the DMs are too good to be true, and there's something off about them. I'm the only one here who's not sold that they're real.
I thought that when I first saw it.
They're so fucking bad, Chud, that they can't possibly be real.
Yeah, we're all going over like a presumption that they are real. Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah, you guys are presuming pretty hard. I legitimately think there's a chance something fucky's gonna happen. Now, maybe I'm wrong or whatever. I'll eat crow on that one, but like, I don't know. It's just too
crazy. These are not that crazy. Where did you guys grow up online? What were you doing when you were like 19 or 15 online? What community?
Not this. What?
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Lyrics was doing this. Come on now.
If you went into like
Actually,
You're retarded.
Actually, when I was
you know, I'm your
19,
strongest defender, right? That's fucked up for you to lie to me.
Are you retarded? Yeah, dude. Flamenco's better suited for this than me.
Funnily enough, the week I turned 19, I was actually at PAX East 2016.
Stylo did win. Let's be real. Stylo won with that. Stylo absolutely won.
Conroy, and he signed my lanyard.
Did he
oh, well, you guys were like, your lives are
so where on the tier list of potential like online influencer predators, where would you put him? Like, would you put him like above or below like Mini Lad?
Oh, below.
Fuck that
guy actually like met that kid in it.
Yeah, Mini Lad did do some bad stuff, didn't he?
I don't fucking remember. That was years ago.
Dude, doesn't Mini Lad sell merch of like underwear for little like boys?
That was Lion Maker, bro. Lion Maker had an underwear line, and he was like, "Yo, if you dance in them or whatever, I'll give you a shout out on Twitter." Bro, I swear to God, that guy was like an ultra pedo. Dude, that guy's like a convicted pedo. All right, we could talk about that one.
And it had like a little lion on like the fucking like underwear too.
Like
that was.
Says. Kuihman won with that. What were you doing when you were young? Question. Yeah, exactly. Because everyone was doing some shit that they did. They absolutely do not want to admit on a live stream, and it probably, you know, many of them probably involved shit like this. Let's be real.
Dude, the Wigglers weren't always Keffel's fan base. They used to be Lion Makers.
Oh my God.
Same age targeted group. I reckon.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Is there anything else we can fight about for content, or is that it?
I think our main disagreement is just like disagreeing on the severity of the messages, but we've already went through the ringer of that, you know.
And I'm all out of terrible optics based things.
Based Jomi, based same Jomi, based.
Yeah, the messages are like the only reason this is even worth talking about, in my opinion. Like this person only really is worth talking about because of those messages.
Yeah, like everything else I don't give a fuck about. Apparently, it wasn't even substantiated or shown anything. Like, and also, I don't really think that backs up other people's claims. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing that annoys me. Yeah, is you get these smug people that are like, "Oh, I told you so," and it's like you didn't know this was coming out.
Yeah, like exactly. Like everything bad about this guy isn't now true because other shit comes out of it.
It was so unexpected. You know?
They're saying, "Oh, everyone who believed Emily looking pretty crazy right now." That's what broke me yesterday. I think I saw some tweet like that. I actually almost lost.
Yeah, and that's the most infuriating thing. Yeah, that like everything about this guy now becomes like he's guilty of just because like other information comes out.
Who's writing that? Ant-Man? Was that Ant-Man again? The guy who literally just got egg on his face from fucking clips 2 weeks ago.
Actually,
he's like, guys, I'm not gonna make any more big statements. Immediately jumps on this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then other people like that who are probably even worse than Ant-Man in that regard, just like on Twitter. Like, it's a completely different fan base we're dealing with. So, yeah. But
I don't know.
I just want to see what all these other old Nintendo YouTubers from 2010 were speaking like. I want to see what their ERP sex look like, too. I just want to know. Like, getting out there, you know?
Dude, and like Chug is bragging like he has like 12 and 14-year-old girls who like have massive crushes on him and flirt with him in his DMs, too.
That's bad. No.
Like, dude, he flexes that to the 15-year-old. He's like, I can even go younger.
That's what I'm saying.
I can even go younger, man.
These messages are almost too good to be true in terms of how bad they are. That's why it's like, I don't know, man.
I mean, but I feel like if they were fake, like it would have been presented worse. Like the person was saying, "Oh, I'm not even alleging anything."
Dude, it could be real, but shit could have been elemented. Like, listen, Mudahar said this on the call. He goes like, "I'm not gonna fucking like say it unless I got like the device in my hand nowadays. Shit's so easy to fuck with. I know people are saying I'm crazy for saying that it's possible these things could be faked, and they're most likely not, but." I don't know, dude.
But dude, it's like I don't.
Dude, it went from being no evidence to like some pretty fucking psychotically worded shit.
Yeah, like I usually don't like the if he lied about this.
Psychotically worded, yeah. If you weren't like on the internet back then, I could see how you might think that. But like, let's be real. Oh man, am I the crazy one? Am I crazy? Is my experience the weird one? Listen, I don't know, what were you fuckers doing? Well, maybe not you guys. I think everyone here seems to agree with me. What were these people doing online? It's not that crazy.
Is he lying about? It's because usually people over-exaggerate it. But it's like, You're telling me he picked specifically this 15-year-old when he's bragging about like hundreds of 12 and 14-year-olds in his DMs too? You're telling me he didn't message any of them?
Bro, Lerix, you keep doing this thing where you make shit.
He said
this
12 and
15-year-olds that Camden Gerard Davis.
Yeah, but it's probably like 6. Come on,
hundreds in the call.
Hundreds of victims.
No, but I'm
the
saying
Leviathan is coming for you.
Like this bitch didn't win the Willy Wonka gold ticket to get fucking like talked to and sexted by this guy.
No, he won the
like,
Willy Mac show.
I'm willing to. I'm willing to like. That's why I'm saying like I'm curious. Like keep a monitor on him. Like like what?
No, people are not lying when they say they were doing way worse shit. People are not lying. That is 100% true. Many people in this chat were absolutely doing worse stuff than this when they were 15 or even younger. 100%, 100%, absolutely for a fact.
What else has happened with these 12 and 14-year-olds apparently in his DMs? You know?
Dude, if it was fake, there'd be.
I don't think she won the lottery.
No, there would not be. There is like fucking like there's really fucking funny shit in here, dude. No, I don't think it would be worse than this. I don't. How could you word it worse than this?
Wait, I'm saying there's more.
No, I'm asking the guy in chat. If it was fake, it'd be worse than this. How could it possibly be worse than this?
I mean, if there was actual victim, it could be worse, right?
No. I'm saying if you were faking an allegation and you were writing crazy shit to condemn him, what would you say to make it grosser than it already is?
Plans to meet up.
Yeah, I was about to say, like actually grooming.
There's loads of ways this could be worse. This is not that crazy. I don't know why you guys think this is so fucking insane.
Okay, it's crazy, but it certainly can be worse.
These are totally within the realm of reality. And like normal.
Listen, I'm just saying. I've said a lot of fucking shit. I've historically said a lot of shit about lolicons, but none of them have ever gone, "Wow, you're my personal lolicon." That is like another level of weird, dude.
Listen,
saying this is not that crazy. That's where you lose me, dude. Queen.
By my own standards, I kind of have to.
I'm saying to you, if you were in any sort of community where it's like Pokemon or fucking like these even Roblox shit or like Habbo Hotel or any of these sorts of places where people do like role playing type shit. This shit, online chat rooms, anywhere like that, this shit is everywhere. Every woman who was online at that point in time was doing shit like this, and this would probably be one of the least traumatic things that happened to her.
But does that make it better? Let's say you're right. Does that make it better?
No, it doesn't make it better. It makes it less bad. We're bringing it forward.
Check the Yondero Discord Tom clip found. Okay, I'll check it in a second. This is funny. One minute. I was reading chat.
Shit is everywhere. Every woman who was online at that point in time was doing shit like this, and this would probably be one of the least traumatic things that happened to her.
But does that make it better? Let's say you're right. Does that make it better?
No, it doesn't make it better. It makes it less bad. We're bringing it forward.
Lerix does kind of have a similar voice to DK. That is kind of true, JP. You are kind of spitting there. Being multitasking like a destiny.
It's less sensational because it becomes more saturated. So obviously people are gonna not take it like
as huge a deal as it happened the first time. What would have better
sensation?
Like the
no. It's like
or.
Okay, it's like, dude, you get 100 school shootings in America. That doesn't make like the next one less bad. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's like people are more used to it now.
You can't point to why it's actually bad. What you're saying to me is it's concerning that it warrants further investigation. You keep saying, oh, he's sexualizing kids, so who knows who else he's doing it to? So we should investigate more. This is what keeps being said.
No, I do think it is like inherently predatory if like a 19-year-old is talking this way to a 15-year-old. Yes, I do.
Hey, what again? Why is it predatory?
Because of how he's talking to her.
Okay, how?
How? Do we read the DMs?
Predatory? What makes it predatory?
He's talking about you're my in real life lolly.
Is he coercing her?
No, he doesn't have to be coercing her.
So how is it predatory? Okay, I don't understand what the predatory part is. What are you saying there?
A 19-year-old talking this way to a 15-year-old.
Hey, what is?
If you don't know, we're watching back a VOD. Okay, I'm reviewing my own debate. All right, we're being lazy today. There's nothing going on, so I'm filling time.
Define predatory.
He's sexting with her, talking about like pedophilia, talking about lolicon. Define predatory? I mean, like, I necessarily can't give you a fucking definition, dude.
That's a problem. You're using it. You know.
Listen, Lerix. All right. I'm reading these messages.
No, but that's like a
you can't condemn him, Lerix. He owned the pedophilia. He owned it. He went out front and he was like, "Listen, dude, this is why I'm into it." And you can't condemn him now.
Chug is saying to this 15-year-old, "You sure love raping me," and she says back, "You sure love being raped."
But again, that's just the fucking weirdo sick freak DRB.
Yes.
Like that's not the predatory part.
Yeah. This is the concern.
Dude, Kuihman, I agree with you with like talking about like Mr. Girl. You know, I wouldn't call Mr. Girl a pedophile, even though he said crazy shit.
Dude, we all found it funny when Mr. Girl made a song. You're not even calling
this guy a pedophile. Why are you?
No, we all found it funny when Mr. Girl made a song about like how he's a pedophile, but he didn't DM a minor and be like, "Yeah, buddy, I'm a pedophile." Like, whoa, that would be crazy.
But you guys aren't.
Yeah,
even
like he makes memes
now
about.
You're
he makes jokes
we can
about
call
it.
him a pedophile, but you guys weren't even doing that before. Now it's changing.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm not calling him pedophile. I'm just saying it's like much worse. Like I'm willing to defend Mr. Girl on like a much bigger level than this.
I'm making jokes about how he said that the girl was a pedo crush. I think that's justifiable that I could joke about it. Yeah, 100%. If he can joke about his own situation, I could joke about it too.
I'm asking to be told what is actually being done here that is wrong. That is what I'm asking for. That is what I've been asking for this whole time, and you can't seem to point to it. I cannot get an actual answer.
think
Nick is telling me that it's concerning. It warrants further investigation, but. If the thing is, the reason why something would be concerning is because someone's violating some like social norm, and then that's causing
that's what I'm saying.
That's an issue. But if there's no social norm being violated, because this is just how these freaks would talk in a fucking weird little community where they
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
There's no social norm being violated in the context, and that's my issue.
No, there is absolutely a social
15
norm.
Years later,
this is a social
justify
norm.
it.
What?
No, not in every context.
The topic of their sexting is that she's underage. Yes, this is worth investigating.
Not in their context. Not in that context. That is not a violation.
What do you mean?
In that context.
In this context, not only she's like 15, but also
I've heard of the high school context.
Crush.
Can you explain to me the chat room context, please? Like,
there's no victim.
What is the Pokemon chat room context?
See the go. I'm going to assume that you're more a Twitch poll guy, but most people aren't used to the super autistic debate conversation, so I don't blame them for like not being able to super justify their opinions when I press them on like the hyper like what exactly do you think is being done wrong and why. You know, I kind of expect this is kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping to do well in the conversation, but I also don't blame them for the fact that happened. I don't know. I don't want to be too smug about it either. It feels like I'm being smug about it, pretending like acting like I feel like I won. Like I'll stop commentating. No, I shouldn't stop commentating. Listen, I'm so indecisive. You're smiling very loudly. Oh man, I'm such a smug piece of shit, dude. It is. I know you can hear my voice. Oh man. Yeah.
I'm not understanding. I don't get the norm of that
context.
Oh man.
Okay, I think I'm so we're saying that like a 19 and a 15-year-old.
I was a bit. The thing is that when I was thinking back on it, I was a bit worried about how I did in this debate, and then when I've watched it back, I'm feeling very good about it. So I mean, it's making me very smug. I don't know. I'm a retard. I don't know anything. Okay.
In the real world, there's a place where they might meet, and it's not like anything to do with the age, and it just so happens they hit it off, and. You know, maybe legally there might be issues with that, but there may be Romeo and Juliet stuff. I don't know. But we're saying that in like the context of he's a YouTuber, right? He ends up talking to this person that's his fan that's 15, right? There isn't really like a dynamic there where you could understand that as, okay, well, that sometimes happens. It's like...
All right, hold on. Kuihman, pretend you're a successful YouTuber, okay? You claim this doesn't... No, you claim this doesn't violate social norms, okay? So if someone reports you in your Discord that a 19-year-old is sexting a 15-year-old in VC chat or whatever they talk about...
I did. Nick kind of won with that one. That was kind of... Like, I got raped. Yeah, let's be real.
And it's happening in your server, would you then ban one or two of those people?
15 years ago. I said 15 years ago. Obviously now that is 100% violating social norm. I don't even allow under 18-year-olds in my Discord.
Wait, so 15 years ago, if you were a successful YouTuber and you had a Discord server, you wouldn't move that guy out of the server?
Well,
even in that context?
I'm approaching it with my judgment now, yes, obviously. But back then, if I was a 19...
So your argument is 15 years ago, I was also retarded?
Okay, wait, slow down.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was, because I was, like, what, 9 years old? Yeah, I was pretty retarded.
Yeah, you
what would I have done 15 years ago? No, I probably wouldn't have made the right decision. I don't imagine Nick DeOrio, actually.
Oh
Okay,
man.
I
keep
think
thinking you're older because you're like Chud Logic and he's like 45.
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah,
I'm
no.
37.
I'm
You don't look a day
Wait, you're
over.
47?
I'm 37.
Holy shit, you're 47? I thought you were like 27, dude.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god. Right.
This is like a
This is
flamenco
not about
moment.
me. Yeah. In fact, Stylo, can I just get a comment? People are calling you flamenco. They're calling you black flamenco in chat. What do you
It's
reckon?
fucking smaggle daggle. The my retard smaggle daggle. Why don't you?
Wait, that is not what was being said, but you sound like a pedophile.
Never mind. We're on stream. Haha.
I'm actually
Hey, you know,
based
Smaggle's
on
a
what
minor,
you
right?
guys have been saying, and it's
I'm
not meant to be
kidding.
like a joke or an insult. Like, I'm actually curious. What is your, if we want to move on slightly from Chugga, what is your opinion on flamenco?
Are we serious?
Yeah, you guys. I don't know. Like, what's your
was
take
the most
on the
substantive
flamenco
allegation
stuff?
against flamenco? Is it just the?
I
what's
won't.
the
I
friend
can't. I'm only speaking
Well, dude,
to
like,
Flamenco's
here-
lawyers.
Here's
I
the
can't
main thing,
discuss this
dude.
publicly.
Here's the
Flamenco's a
main
total
thing. It's not
bad.
necessarily that the girl has to be like traumatized, but it's like it shows that this guy is like
No one's
sick.
saying
I know. That's what I'm
Is it-
saying.
wait,
It's that
keep
this
trying
guy
to
has
tell you
sick
what-
desires that he's getting off that the girl's like 15, and he's talking about like pedophilia, loving being raped by a 15-year-old, and that it's not pedophilia.
It's
It's not pedophilia. If it's not pedophilia, it's not pedophilia. If it's rape, and he's talking
Well,
about like her being his lolly crush, pedo crush. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
but,
like
like,
that's the
jokes.
problem. That's the problem. Wait, these are all jokes?
These are they're six. We're
He's
circling on the joke
continuously
thing.
telling jokes. I think even
Yeah,
Kuihman
they are
disavows that.
sexual jokes. They
That's
are
for him
quoting
to even
sexual
claim
jokes.
But
their
he's
jokes
getting off
before
to
we
it. Is
get
it
that
jokes
out
if he's
of-
jacking off while doing it?
He's jacking off. Where are we getting the jacking off part? You've been saying this.
What do you?
the
They're
whole time.
They're fucking sexting. What?
Can we wait for him to at least claim their jokes before we we give him that argument? Like,
I
before we
don't
just
think he
say
would
like,
claim
"Oh,
they
guys,
are.
they're jokes."
They
Can he
are
at least
jokes.
claim it first?
Well,
Stop. Because
doesn't
the
think
jokes
about
word is everyone's having statistic disagreement about the word jokes.
Thank you.
But the point is that he's not. There's no reason why he's literally sitting there masturbating. The chances are this guy. It's like, it's flirting. That's what's going on there. He's flirting.
You think
with
it's not You think it's not reasonable to assume that he's masturbating to this?
Wait, have never mind. That sounds mean.
have
No,
you
I'm saying it.
masturbate
Lance,
every
have you ever
time you
texted
talk
a
to
woman?
yeah,
Are you
every time
beating
you
off?
talk
You
to a woman,
sex
you're
a woman?
beating off.
Are you
Do you,
kidding?
do you think it's not reasonable to assume he's getting off?
Oh man. Notice how he doesn't answer.
To this and
Yes,
sexting?
I think it's unreasonable.
Yes.
Every time you sext a woman, you beat off. You have a problem.
Are you, dude? You really don't think he's getting off to this? And he's like,
No.
don't
What do you
think
mean
it's
by
reasonable
getting
to
off to
assume
it?
that?
Being aroused by it? Yeah, sure, but is he fucking jerking
aroused.
off?
He's
It's
not
fucking
beating his
retarded thing to
meat.
say.
Well,
Not every,
there's the problem.
not
If
everyone.
he's getting
is,
aroused and
This
getting
guy
off
usually
to
probably
it.
beats off to like an EV, so this is a bit of a different thing for him.
What do you
know?
expect?
That is
That
element.
I mean,
I think
Well,
like that's the inherent problem I
Getting
have,
off
like the
isn't the
disagreement,
problem.
Kuihman,
No, but
is
getting
that
off
he's getting
isn't the problem.
aroused
No,
by
but
saying
it's not.
lolly
It's
is a
not.
much
It's not. It's
nicer
not.
ring to it
You're
than
fucking
pedo crush.
insane
That he's
with
getting
this shit,
that he's
bro.
getting raped by a fucking 15-year-old, and it's not pedophilia. Then if it's
Wait, so if he
rape,
got raped by
like,
the
this is the
15-year-old, then
problem.
he's in. I mean, yeah, dude.
Then how he's the
Why
victim.
is that the problem?
Onision
Why is that the
told me
problem?
that
Because
happened
all
to
you're
him,
telling
and
me,
I-
you're telling me is a 15.
I'm so lazy. This is such a lazy fucking stream. I'm sorry, guys. It really is. I'm literally just farming this content. But I didn't get the chance to farm it before, so I don't feel too bad about it.
19-year-old was sick.
It's gonna happen.
You say that is not inherently a problem. So what is the problem?
Because the way he's talking about it shows that
Okay,
he's like sick
why
desires
does
for.
Fucking Bowblax's phone ringing. Man, I saw red when this happened. Holy shit.
That
15-year-old
way-
specifically
what
'cause she's
about the way
underage.
he's talking to her? But what about just saying that she's underage? What about that is a problem to you? What about that is a harm? What about that is concerning?
Because he's
When
getting off
when
at
he's
how young
19
she
and
is.
15?
He's
She's
getting off how young she is, and he
15.
mentions
He's
he mentions
19. You
pedophilia.
don't
He's
think
getting
that's a
off to it.
problem?
He likes that she's 15.
Do
That's
you
what he's
think
getting
actually
aroused
saying
by.
that he's a pedophile? Do you think that's an actual
getting
admission of
aroused
being a
by it.
pedophile, or do you think that's like a flirty joke playing around with the
Dude,
fact
it's
that he probably
it's not
quite
just like an
actually got
innocent circumstance.
jokes
Dude.
before
Like
this
he's getting off
circumstance,
by
but,
the
like-
15-year-old being 15.
It seems
getting
like
off to the
only
fact that he's-
discussion
it's-
that we're seeing is that, and there's a lot of it.
He's getting off to the fact that he's calling her a lolly, the pedo crush.
Thank you for the gifted scallywag. Thank you.
He's
No,
getting
this
off to the
isn't
pedophilic nature of the relationship.
We know for a
Well,
fact this
pedophilic.
isn't the full amount of their chat logs. We know for a fact.
Absolutely, I'd like to see more, but there's a lot of chat logs. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's like- a lot of chat logs here.
If a 19-year-old joking around with a 15-year-old while flirting about the fact that they can't.
Is it jokes now?
Be quite pedophilia.
Bro, we're looping on the fucking joke.
Yeah, we can't just let that slide.
To be fair, I feel like we've already had this exact argument.
When you flirt with a woman, is everything you say entirely serious? Is it all entirely literal? Or sometimes do you joke around with the situation or with innuendo and things like that? Which one do you do, Lerix? Is it entirely matter of fact? Or do you joke
around? While you're
around
sexting, you can be held culpable if you're saying
I'd like to
this shit.
schedule an ass fucking for 3 o'clock this evening. Let's Lerix the sex, I believe.
You're retarded.
What do you mean, why do I say that when you flirt with a woman? I'm saying when you do it. I'm not. It's not me saying assuming he doesn't, and it's gonna take ages. It'll take a long time for him to do it. What? Come on now. That's not what I was saying. Don't be like that. I said it mean. I was frustrated. Meanly. I said it meanly. I was frustrated. I was just trying to get my point across. I was trying to be heard. I was trying to be seen, okay?
This nigga got no riz. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Meanly and implying.
Lerix, you got to work on your pedophile riz.
Yeah,
I'll get on that.
You did great with that.
I'll give Flamenco a call. Let's see if Flamenco can help me out with that.
Okay,
Mr.
listen,
Girl,
we don't need to bring
Vito
up all the
too.
fucking controversial
Lollycast.
No. The point I think that's being made is you are taking more seriousness in the pedo crush stuff, right? And I think these guys are saying that they're kind of joking around with it, but you, Lerix, are seeing that as more intent, that he's getting off on the fact that she's young. That's the disagreement, and I don't know if we're going to move past that.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're not going to move past
I just
that.
think
We're going in circles now. But
there's no other evidence. Oh, I'm just going to say this as well. There's
Now,
no other evidence of an age play fetish or anything in the last 15 years.
It's more the
I have a
well, we'll
question.
see. It just came out fucking yesterday, but I think this is already pretty bad
Someone
enough.
said he used his platform. How big was he? 15?
Never before. That's funny. I disavow. That's funny. I almost said some shit like that. I almost said some shit about that, but I didn't. Oh man. I actually got pressed about that on Jay Stuck's stream the other night. I tried to avoid it a little bit. I just don't want to watch anything. Oh man.
15 years ago. That just occurred to me.
I want to say like 15K.
Okay, if he's 15K, then that doesn't really. What platform did he have?
Okay. Well, I'll answer. He gained 1 million. He hit 1 million subs 8 years ago. His search up Chuggaaconroy Super Mario Sunshine. The video has like 10 million views. He was literally the biggest Nintendo YouTuber on the platform at the time.
He was like top.
Wait, he was the biggest Nintendo YouTuber when this happened?
Yes. He was the biggest.
Well, not when this happened.
No, when this happened.
Yes, 15 years ago.
Here,
yes,
I'm looking at his most popular video in August 9th, 2009. He has an 8 million view video, Super Mario Sunshine. Granted, that might not be 8 million views at the time, but it probably had a pretty substantial amount of views back then too.
Yeah, I didn't know he was
the views
old
are from
head
back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, he fell off. He sucks.
Yeah, he did fall off.
We all grew up. He didn't fall off.
Yeah, he sucks, specifically on toes.
Jesus.
Well, there's no evidence of that, DeOrio. Thank you.
Didn't he apologize, bro? Isn't that a confession?
Yeah, he has a foot fetish, confirmed.
Of course he does. He's
He's
got a sneaker
he's
fetish.
the pinky toe strangler.
$1.49. Kuihman doesn't know the struggle.
Thank you.
Okay, bro. He tongue punches your toenail.
He likes big stinky feet.
Oh yeah, I'll link the stream.
Hey, let's
Pokemon
if 150k is falling off, then I'm happy to fall off.
Well, no, yeah. Look,
in comparison to before, I mean,
yeah,
10
when he was in
million,
millions, that's a
100K.
fallout, Kuihman. Come on now.
Yeah, like I mean, he's not upset at it. He's still making a living.
Okay, listen. I've recently added this person as a mod because they asked me to. Don't be such a quack. And they want to come in, and I think Styler has got issue with you.
Seems like a spug, yeah.
What?
This was funny.
Bro,
yeah.
Okay.
you have modded all these little speds and freaks, and I'm your strongest soldier? That's fucked up, Chud Logic.
No, the comedy doesn't end here. The comedy pauses until Smaggle comes in, okay? Then comedy resumes.
I just cannot trust a black man with any position of authority in my community.
You're right to me specifically. I'm a terrible influence.
Okay, listen. I think we're on the kind of wind up anyway, but I'll bring them in. The only problem is I don't know if sorry, keep going, keep talking, say something.
Bowblax, can you unmute me on Twitter after this?
What's
the situation there?
Kuihman lost.
Well,
do I have you muted on Twitter?
Do you even know who this person is? Bowblax.
Yeah.
Do you even know?
Bowblax muted me because I pressed him over him giving tacit support to the Super Mega allegations. That's why he muted me. Oh, thank you for the 199 Atari DC. I did get little broed. I knew he wouldn't know who I was, but you know, obviously he's got me muted. If I'm saying he's got me muted, obviously I know he's got me muted. Obviously, I know he doesn't know who I am. Obviously he doesn't. I'm a nobody. I know that. TF is you. I'm not saying anyone. I'm saying nobody. Listen, I don't have any delusions here.
No, who Kuihman is?
Yeah, who the fuck are you, Kuihman?
I don't know either of these people. This is my first time.
We have given Chud shit for a justified reason. We will go over the DMs that he has with that, with Quack. Okay, we have those.
Oh my god, you get
super chatted $1.99.
Oh, by Bowblax. Embarrassing.
Alright, buddy. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I mean, I recognize the guy with the eyes profile pic. I don't know the other guy.
Yeah, I don't make content.
That's a lie.
No, I'm sure you do, but I just haven't seen it.
No, I'm serious. I don't make content.
Okay.
I'm not a content creator.
Okay.
The guy with the eye.
But yeah,
I got no shit. Yeah.
I mean, I don't watch that much commentary in my free time, so I'm not familiar with all of the people that make videos. But yeah.
Kuihman, has anyone ever told you that you put the LOL in Lolicon?
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking epic.
Well, here's the thing, guys, right? Listen, obviously, I think we've all spoken before. We got on quite well. I know that Kuihman obviously has been involved in the recent Max stuff. Basically, Kuihman's got like some criticism and commentary that are probably harsher than mine, and then Stylo is like another level along where he's even harsher. So I think
okay, yeah, because
we need a Kuihman though. Kuihman makes it entertaining.
I did notice that when like they mentioned that like I'm just like trying to like play it safe or whatever. There it seemed like there was like criticisms of me unrelated to like the Chugga stuff specifically. So
he thought that right at the start of the panel. I feel like Nick does that a lot. He like thinks of a joke really early on, then just sits on it, and you can tell he's been thinking of it for a while. He just at the first available opportunity, he's like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Kuihman, if you want to have a chat with,
He's still making content. I think less. I think he does most of his gaming streams now.
I'm all like caught up on all this stuff. We could definitely do that.
Sure, sounds good.
Don't be such a quack. I've added you.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
No, you're not a content creator. He wasn't. I think he was talking about you.
Is this the victim?
Are you a girl or a child?
Maybe something a pussy.
Maybe I'm both.
This is don't be such a quack from chat. They're in chat right now, so if you wanna lay into them, they're right there.
That's a concerning answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, Stylo, you're a fucking autistic sped.
Oh, I am.
Owned.
Coming in swinging.
Yeah,
I didn't even do that to Bowblax. That's fucked up.
Listen. I've been in chat malding about Stylo being an absolute idiot. So it was only fair that I came in with that out the gate.
Thank you, women.
Okay, so what I want to understand is why I won't say none of you, but why those of you who don't think this was predatory, or perhaps even Stylo fucking what's the difference between a 15 and a 19-year-old? Come on.
This is so
that was a legendary quote.
It was how different, not what different. Please
Hall of Famer.
Fuck.
Thank you for correcting your idiocy.
No.
Well, didn't you say after that 19 and 15 wasn't that different? Didn't you say that?
Yeah, not as different. It's like
Stylo's a big fan of Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, we're beating around the bush.
No. Stylo's a big fan of Nick Fuentes. Yeah. This is one of his popular talking points.
Okay. The black man is a fan of the literal Nazi.
Excuse me. Kanye West is a fan of that same Nazi.
All right, but Kanye West, he made Graduation.
I don't know if we I don't know if we have another topic, but what's worse, Boogie's age gap or fucking this age, 1915?
A Boogie. He's
Boogie's
literally.
age gap again?
I think people like don't give enough shit to like these fucking huge age gaps just because like the girl's like 20. Like, Boogie's like 50 years old and 20. Really, Nick? I mean, I see like a whole bunch of people being like, you know what?
There are issues with Boogie's relationship that are much bigger than the age gap. All right, there's some really funny shit that I found out the other day. I don't know. It's not like predatory or anything, so I don't want to like tease pedo allegation about to drop. But like, I hear.
Dude, what's going on with the fucking Lolcow podcast? Why is it so shit now?
I don't know. I thought it was fun for like the first week or two, and then I didn't like it anymore.
Are they really faking like shit just blatantly?
I don't know. I kind of dipped out of there when I felt like it. The thing is, Boogie's not.
Isn't the Lolcow podcast breaking up at the moment? Did I see that earlier? There's some shit going on with that.
Not really good at it. So like even if he wanted to fake stuff, Boogie kind of like is the huge tell on every single story. Like literally, I think like the last super real thing that happened was when Boogie like got on his hands and knees to beg for his job back, and that's what I really liked the podcast. I don't really agree with how censored the shows are, how like they cut out. I don't know, they beep the word shit. I don't know.
Keemstar did a follow-up tweet where he said he didn't think Wings was totally gone, and that Boogie said he'll be back. So I mean. I feel like it may be fake. It may be a scare.
That's rough, yeah.
Okay, I feel like I'm listening to someone shot through the stream, and there's holes in it.
Yeah, sorry, back to pedophiles.
It is boring as fuck. Yeah, I hate it. It sucks. It misses the point of what makes Lolcows funny. Totally. It just... And that was obvious from the start. It's clear Keemstar just didn't get it and was just trying to make something cynically, but whatever.
What question? You kind of like stumbled through all of it. Can you start again?
Why do you believe that 19 is not that different than 15?
I don't know. Vibes, I guess.
Okay. So you're autistic. Got it.
Bro, if Bowblax said that to you, you'd have been swinging, bro. What the hell? Why are you giving
I'm
the girl
trolling. I don't give a fuck what this broad has to say.
Trolling.
Jesus Christ.
Did I hit you in your fifis?
I'm cutting my penis off in solidarity with Keffels.
Whoa.
Tipster reference? I don't know what you want. I'm not sure what you want. Eh?
Well, I asked you a question. I want an answer to my question, but you're just being a soy fuck.
Yeah, I don't have like research on this. I just know when I was 15
okay.
and when I'm 19, I'm not that much mentally more firm. I understand we have to draw the line with age gap, or not age gaps, age of consent, because some people.
What would you put the age of consent?
What would your ideal age of consent be?
We're trying to do the I'm a pedophile thing. I'm not a pedophile. Do I have to say that again?
No, I just.
I don't advocate. I don't think if you're 15, you should be talking to a 19-year-old. But I'm saying it's not as bad as everyone's making it out to be.
How do I make money
I would argue it.
Depressed people.
Lolco podcast is full of.
I was in that time period.
Kuihman just activated.
I was a 15-year-old girl.
Are you still now?
What?
He's interested.
You cryogenicized me for
the
last 16, sure. It's not 16, 14 years.
So you're like over 30?
Yeah, she said at the time, if you were listening, she said at the time she was that age.
Bowblax. I know that you're the autistic one here, but I'm doing
Jesus.
Let him, hey, you don't want to be a simp? That's fine. I'll take what I can get.
I don't know. I can't tell what you say. I can't tell if what you say is a joke or real because you literally say like the most crazy shit and make.
Nothing was really that fucking crazy in that conversation. I don't think nothing was really that crazy. If you took a second to think about it, obviously me and Stylo are inflammatory at times, but I don't think it was that fucking crazy.
Stupidest argument. So I literally can't tell the difference. Unironically.
Who's that? Stylo. I think it is. Bowblax, I think you've got a problem with race, and I think you can't figure out whether black people are telling the truth or not, and you assume that they're lying all the time.
I didn't even know he was black.
You can just sense it. You can sense it. You got the sixth sense for it. Anyway, look,
I'm much louder than everyone else. That's how you know.
Smaggle, why the fuck are you here? You're worse than Colton scrapping in the drama.
Dude. I always have to weasel my way into everything. So, woman, can you please leave the men talking now?
Oh my god.
The only thing that I want to add is that
pedophile.
Felix, Bowblax,
pedophile Smaggledaggle.
You guys are like, you guys are being like really gay about all this. Because
Okay.
if you look at it in the high school context, 1915 isn't that
If Vito had picked that up by some off chance, it would have actually been the funniest shit in the fucking world.
bad. That's pretty much it. 1915 is perfectly defendable. 18-year-old who stays back a year dates a 19-year-old like undergrad or whatever they're fucking called in 10th grade.
15-year-old could
undergrad.
be a freshman in high school. A 19-year-old can be out of high school, and that's even beside the point.
But it's the high school context, so who the fuck cares?
High school context shit is so funny, bro. But like, this is like the only problem with these two are like would be like a power dynamic thing. I think
It is that is a problem. That is like the biggest problem. Power dynamic.
But you're saying that because of the age gap, and I'm saying it because he's a famous YouTuber. But either way, you can disengage at any time.
Well, I mean, you can look at it either way. I would agree either way. There is a power dynamic, but to deny the power dynamic because of there being
Nicholas, stop adding
what are you
random people.
doing?
Smaggle, you little fucker. Nicholas added Vito, and now Smaggle's added Edwin. Stop fucking harassing people, please. Fuck me.
I'm gonna add Mr. Girl. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I'm removing these people that I did not verify to add. Could we please stop? Right, you ruined the conversation
like
by adding
fucking
people
Petter out.
randomly.
That's fucked up.
They didn't even join.
Listen,
See,
it's
the
not
content
my
was so
fault
over
that
by this
Stylo
point, I
doesn't
felt.
want to answer the fucking question, or
How much longer
anybody
does it
else
go on?
for that matter.
Not how much longer.
So,
I mean, I don't know
listen,
how to answer.
came
I don't know
here
how to
prepared
answer the
for
question.
content,
What?
And all you stupid little boys got quiet.
Old women molding and our youthful exuberance.
You know
Okay,
what?
let's
will
try.
just
because
let's
I
turn it
agree
around,
with
let's-
you.
Let's
I
turn it around.
will
Let's turn it
argue
around.
at least
Okay.
I'm younger than 47.
Hey,
Chud.
Yeah,
Quack.
you sound like a
Yeah,
lolly.
you're younger than Chud Logic, so.
Okay,
Quack,
let's
did
Yeah,
you
I'll
say
take
that
that.
a 16 and 17-year-old is wrong?
We're gonna have to walk the ages out as far as we
Oh,
can
We're
get.
gonna do it. No, we're gonna do it. Swag, Quack, would you say it's wrong?
Who are you
No?
asking?
Okay.
I don't think
Okay,
they're listening.
Quack, specifically.
What?
Is a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old, is that a wrong age gap? Is that inherently wrong to you? If 15 and 19 is.
17?
Yeah.
No, I would argue that that's probably that same age group.
15 and 17?
I hesitate.
What?
It's questionable.
Okay, why?
Okay.
Why is it
You have
questionable?
to understand when you are in
Yeah,
your
but you realize this is
adolescent
the same
years-
question you've just asked us, right? That it's always going to be based
Yeah.
on vibes and what you think the stage of development are, and like little things like markers, like whether they can drive and stuff like that, and things that might give them power. It's always going to be these little markers and,
So,
kind of like
I'm
what sort of rough stage of development you're at. So coming in here being like 15, 19 is really wrong. Why are you saying they're not that different?
okay,
It's like,
do
it's
you
a
want me
retarded
to
Here,
question
I'm
explain
you
actually
ask.
genuinely
my
curious,
experience,
Kuihman.
why
Where
it's
would you like draw the line between like 1915 if you think that's fine?
Is this kind of done? I thought this gets kind of boring after here.
Then where would you like, I guess, necessarily draw the line? I'm just sure. I don't
The
know.
line would be like the
Interesting.
circumstance in which they met, and like
Yeah, it's
right?
like it's more to
Like
do
the
with That's the what he
foundation
said.
is the problem.
The nature of the
No,
relationship.
but like
Okay,
more
but why-
inherently,
why-
because
why-
I already
that's a
think
good
like the
point.
1915, given these circumstances, I think that's
I would say
predatory.
my limit is when you're a teenager. I think it's generally like, you know, you can get away with most things. Maybe not 19.
So would you say that 1913 would be comparable?
No, I just
In
said
the
probably
exact same
1913 is a
context.
bit far.
But you
I
have,
just
no 1913, but you have no evidence that it was going to go physical. What are your thoughts on that?
1930, no reason to believe it would go physical.
I think
That is tough.
Dude,
What do you mean? How?
that's tough.
I mean, again, like,
Freeman, come on,
Dude,
man.
all the
Listen,
technicals
come
in
on.
here.
Optics. We need some
We're
optics.
talking about 15 years ago as
consideration.
well. We're talking all stats equalized. All stats equalized.
Yeah, equal stats.
All
Equal stats.
Equal
Mid
stats.
diff.
15 years ago, 1913 is better.
Equal
Bro,
stats.
mid diff,
I
bro.
probably
Mid diff.
wait. No, I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying no. It's probably over the line for me. That 1913 specifically. That was probably where I draw the
1914?
hard limit. 1914. 15 years ago, I'd probably still be saying roughly the same thing. Yeah, I think
Nah,
so.
bro.
That is
No.
so-
1915, I'm perfectly confident saying.
Dude,
That's-
14
Okay,
is like
okay.
the tail end of 8th grade, man.
I
Dude,
actually
he said
have
no.
a
Wait, we
firsthand
all understood that,
experience
correct?
on
Wait, I
being
thought he just said he'd
14
relatively say
and
the same
having-
thing.
Yeah,
No, he
for
said yes. I
13.
said no.
He said it's the same as 13, correct? Kuihman?
Wait, shut up, Kuihman, just to clarify. Did you say
Yeah,
the same
so
as
sorry,
13?
saying the same thing as 13. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
Style W.
I thought you said-
Thank
yeah,
you.
Okay, so we're saying, well, 15 is you know the boundary then, isn't it? Really, I guess is what you're saying, Kuihman. Like you're saying it's okay, but like
I'm saying,
from there,
15, 15, I can confidently defend. I can confidently defend 15. I think.
But 1914, you're saying, yeah, that's not one you're gonna get behind.
That's not one I'll get behind, though. It's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know if there's necessarily a harm, but like, I mean, I wouldn't, throw my.
I mean, is there? I don't want to just bring legality into it because legality is not part of the conversation. But there's not like one fucking state in America that looks at a 5-year age gap and goes, "Yeah, that's Romeo and Juliet." Okay, I'm just saying.
No, obviously not. I mean, we're not talking about like physical interaction or anything like that at the moment.
I mean, it's like it's fine to scrutinize, but like again, everyone is calling this guy a pedophile.
Well, I'm saying, but if it was 1914, there's no governing body in America that would say that that's okay.
You guys came in with that. I understand you're not saying it now, but you did say it.
Never said that. Never said he's a
Bowblax
pedophile.
fella did.
Yeah, I was saying it because we were reading messages of him saying like, "I have a pedo crush," and then I clarified my stance here early on in the conversation. But yeah, you saying there's like a problem, but people shouldn't get he shouldn't get as heavily criticized for it. That was my take from the very beginning. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that like millions of times over and over in this combo, where it's like, yeah, I think like the criticisms are valid, but like people's reaction are overblown. So I guess we agree because you just said that.
The noises of fucking Bowblax gaming are driving me fucking insane here. Little clicks and taps, man, bro.
That earlier.
I would agree to that. I would agree that this situation itself.
It sounds like he's got a controller or something.
Edgelord 2010. I would probably have.
No, listen. This is not the team of no maps. Okay, take it easy. Take it easy. Thank you for $2, but this is not the no map team. Okay.
Having similar conversations with people as a female at that age, so I would have been the 15-year-old in that kind of conversation.
Wait, then why did you come in hot to me when I said the same shit?
Because you're the male, I'm the female. There's a difference.
You seem like the type.
Map means non-offending minor attracted person. Okay.
Cat Zaflock super chatted $1.49. No maps win again. Stylo and Kuihman stay winning.
Retarded, what you're saying.
I seem like the type of girl
to get groomed. He said to get groomed.
You're the type of girl to get groomed online by the fucking big stinky.
Yeah, you sound very silly. You would fall over to some nigga saying your feet stink. You would. That's you.
Would I? I'm so glad you have an understanding of my character. I feel heard.
Can we just clear something up as well? Because there's comments on my Discord about this, right? Crack, you just messaged me and asked to be a mod, and I was like, yeah, sure, you can be a mod. That's the nature of our conversation, right? There's no funny business.
Okay, where's the logs? Where's the logs? Where's the logs? Where's the fucking logs? This is what Chud and Quack's interaction looked like, okay? Here's what was said. So Quack messaged. Hi Chud, I want to make a voluntary mod submission. I have no submission. What's going on there? I have no sob story to give you about why I deserve it. Just going to be frank. I enjoy the community and engage frequently. If you have any requirements, I'll provide what I can. Mommy Quack, brackets, Chrissy. So you can see why Chud gave Quack here mod. So I don't know if you've seen this before. Does anyone have strats for abusing women? I'm trying to get the any % world record. So you see why Chud gave this woman moderator, don't you? I think we all see what's going on here. Thanks for this. I hadn't seen that. Yeah, for sure. It's fairly laid back as I like to keep people around even if they're annoying. It's just people that say the N-word or something really. I will add you tomorrow. You may need to remind me. So we all see what's going on here. We all see what's going on here, don't we? Okay, Tyler, come in. What you gotta say? Come spit. Styler calling in. Styler calling in. Hello.
All right. This is gonna sound like cope and shitting and pissing.
Yep.
But I would like to say I've been in this nigga Chud Logic community for about 2, probably going on 3 years. I don't remember when. And I'm not a moderator. I don't really want to be. But it's something that like because he's had like a community change, like a shift. It's like you kind of see the people who are in your community consistently. You know, you'd like pick one of them to be your moderator, and not just some broad you DM'd out of nowhere who called herself Mommy Quack to you. And
yeah, but you know, Chud, he's like, you know, he is super lazy. No, I'll defend him. Okay, I'm gonna swoop. He's very lazy. He doesn't want to take initiative or make decisions about things all the time. So if someone reaches out and asks to do something for him, then he just sort of gives it to them. Like I reached out and I was like, "Make me your head Reddit mod," and he handed over the Reddit from. He literally messaged the Reddit admins to get it taken away from the person who made it, and took it for himself and made me an moderator. So.
All I really wanted to say is that despite me being in the community for this long, my first DM interaction with this guy was yesterday when he asked if I wanted to come on. That's all I have to say. He's modding women who aren't in this. She's a patron, and that's it. And I don't even know if that was recent.
She didn't have a role when she first joined, so I can only assume that she only patroned when she joined the Discord.
She's trying to curry favor, and that's why she's in chat tonight, flogging and gifting subs.
I'll accept it.
Not trust the
I accept the money. I'm smarter than Chud, okay? Well, maybe not smarter, but I have different goals, I think. Is possibly what's going on here. I think Chud's operating perfectly intelligently for his goals, actually. Okay, so do you want illness? Stello says, yes, I must crush commentary. Chud says, okay, add me and I'll add you.
First message.
The first time in 2.5, 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, man. And we've got people calling themselves Mommy Quack in his DMs. Oh, yeah, I'll mod you. A man like Chud Logic with a track record like Chud Logic should be moving differently. That's all I have to say. That's all I've got to say. Have a good night.
I don't listen. I am giving him shit, but I don't think. I think it's just he's lazy more than anything. There may be a tinge of like getting a woman into the right position, but it is generally because he's lazy. On a real note. On a real note.
Confirm that, please.
Wait, me?
Yes.
Oh, wait. People are saying Chud Rizzler? Riz Logic?
There is nothing funny happening here.
Rizzler. Okay, Chud.
You want
just
to be
call me a he?
No. I'm trying to clarify because people are saying there's something
You guys are A-logging a little too hard. I think you guys are biting how it feeds right now.
weird happening here. You messaged me and asked to be a mod, and you've been going off in chat, so I brought you in. That's it, right?
Yeah, I'll leak the logs.
It's so
Chat, don't let him get away with this. These are edited. Chat.
He's like talking about shoes with her. Oh, fuck.
Do not let Chud get away with this.
Chud? Chugga?
Riz Logic.
Okay, anyway.
They're the same.
They're
similar age, too.
I feel like we're so...
I know, I did see his Cope session after the panel. I did see him raging for like 10, 15 minutes.
Smaggle, what have you got to add?
Yeah, I have one quick question. So if 1915 is okay, does that mean 1814 is also okay?
No.
What do you mean, no? It's the same 4-year age gap, dude.
You're playing Smaggle, I hear you cheesing ear to ear.
With 1915.
Smaggle, you're smiling so loud right now.
Wait, no, I don't understand.
At all.
You're acting like it's crazy for everyone.
I'm not smiling at all. Shut the fuck up, you goofy fuck. This goofy motherfucker. So clearly suppressing it.
Hold these positions when you're basically saying that 1915 is literally the line. If you go even slightly over it, you're entering like pedogate. But like, you think it's crazy that people are criticizing this?
Wait, sorry. My point about
I think the issue with you guys is you're asking for like hardline stances on something that's so clearly like the very edge of what you're allowing. And I think the issue with what Lerix is saying is he doesn't want to answer that question because there's no like degree of separation here.
Thank you.
It's either pedo or not pedo. There's no in between to the conversation of like, whereas this could be bad behavior.
I think
there's two different disagreements happening there. I think that the issue is because what I'm saying is that's the hard line where I would say there's probably something wrong happening there, right? what me and Lerix have both agreed numerous times. There's nothing inherently wrong happening with the 19 and 15 age gap.
So when you're at the line, is left of the line this guy is a pedophile, and right of the line is this guy has done absolutely nothing wrong, or is there some sort of
Nick, I don't use pedophile like a fucking retard like you guys. Okay, I use the ICD, primary exclusive attractions to children. Okay, prepubescent children. Okay, I don't use the retarded definition of if you talk to someone underage, you're a pedophile or any of that stupid.
He uses a hebephile.
Even if it was 19, 14, he's still not a pedophile or even necessarily a phoebophile because he has to show primary and exclusive attraction to that age group. That's my. So I'm never gonna call him a pedophile, even if there's a 19-14 age gap or a 19-13 age gap. I'll say he's a fucking freak and he was preying on that girl.
Okay, so the question you were asking is if you thought it was a predatory behavior, if he was showcasing predatory behavior. So your cutoff for predatory behavior is 1915, and then 1914 would be predatory behavior.
That's why I start saying it's predatory. Yeah, there's such a gulf in life experiences.
But there could be other factors that makes it predatory. I understand what you were arguing there before, but when you're talking about exclusively age gap, that would be the line.
Yes.
So you're saying that it's either.
I feel like I got lost in the conversation at one point here.
Like it's either completely predatory or it's either he's done absolutely nothing wrong.
No.
Or do you think there's degrees of criticism you're allowed to make?
For that age gap alone, for the age gap to be the factor that makes it predatory, that is where my line would be. Now you can bring in other reasons, like you said, but for the age gap, that's where my line would be. So I don't see it as you can't if you're going over if you're talking about 1915 and there's no other reason to believe there's anything predatory happening, which Lerix is claiming that for some reason the fetishization of the age gap that is the predatory thing.
I doubt anyone who engages in this activity would reflect back on it and be like, yeah, I did nothing wrong in that instance. I feel like most of them would be like, yeah, no, that was so I shouldn't have done that.
Aren't they still in communication at that point though? When they were
talking till 2022, if I read that correctly.
So like, if I still had a relationship with that person,
well, it's not the Mr. Girl thing. It's how the ICD defines pedophilia. It's not a Mr. Girl thing. Well, that downplays the fact that this is it's like a generally accepted way of looking at it amongst people that actually study what pedophilia is. I don't read that comment propaganda. Commie propaganda. Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe I would. Like, it's not like
here. Just a quick question. I know we're going into.
Cat Zaflock and super chatted $1.49. Stylo is lying.
1915. Sorry, 1915. Okay, and they maintain that relationship.
I agree that psychology isn't real, but I do think there is a difference between people who are attracted to children as like a rule and people who are opportunistic. And I think the way that the ICD defines it is a useful way of looking at
it. For how long? 5 years?
10 years.
No, till 20 years. Longer.
So now you're 23, or you're 23 years old or something, and you're sitting there being like, "Hey, I remember the time I sexted her when she was a minor," and you're just maintaining that friendship and that relationship, and still teasing them when they turn into an adult, and you don't see that as fucking weird, man.
Yeah, not only that, but he said he wanted to do it again.
Because you have to be. Because the reason that would be weird is if it was grooming her, but there's no grooming happening there really.
But that shows like, okay, I remember what happened here, and I have no remorse for those actions. I'm maintaining this friendship and continuing to make jokes now that she's an adult about it.
Exactly.
Well, you're saying that, but like even the person who brought it forward had to go back and see how bad they were. Like we're not giving Chugga that same level of charity.
Oh. Yeah, of course.
Well, we're not even letting Chugga respond. So yeah, I agree with you. We're not giving Chugga charitability because I need to hear what he says before I make it like an actual position on this. It's just
but that's the essence of this argument. Is about.
I don't know, dude. I feel like there's enough here. There's enough here to look into.
Same thing.
I agree. I do think there's enough here to look into, especially like and for anybody who disagrees with that. What the fuck did you just say to me?
Not giving this woman a platform was the worst decision he made today.
Okay, Kuihman, I know we're going a little bit in circles, but Kuihman, I just want to blatantly just ask you, do you not think he was getting aroused and turned on by the fact she was 15?
Oh. Like by the fact.
What do you mean by the fact? What do you mean by that?
Because she was 15.
No.
And because of her age.
No,
do you not think he was getting aroused by that?
I do not think there was a specific. No, I don't.
Okay. I mean, there's just no arguing that. If you look at these messages, it's so blatant that he is.
They were playing around with the idea.
No, they're not playing around at that point. No,
they're playing around with.
Dude,
Shut the fuck up.
Can you guys stop spurging for a second, please?
They're playing around with the fact that he can't actually act on it in real life, and that is being brought into the fact into their sexting, into their flirting, right? That they're playing around with that fact. That does not necessarily indicate to me that he had a specific attraction to people who are 15 and younger.
Like, they're talking because he's a YouTuber and that's his age demographic, not because he's searching for children.
Yagathorn being a retard. You can't prove that he wasn't. I'm not even going to respond to it because anyone with an IQ above 80 knows exactly why that's a retarded thing to say.
That's just not true. These DMs of him talking about her being an IRL lolly and his pedo crush, dude.
But she's not an IRL lolly. We know this, right?
I don't think
she's not an IRL lolly.
I don't get how you can defend this, but he's getting off to the fact she's 15 and calling her a lolly. It's like pretty one-to-one that he's getting aroused by her age.
We just don't see eye to eye on what
it's just word crazy.
Okay,
you
dude.
keep harping on.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Didn't it, in the time when he said that she looked like a lolly, didn't he also say that he looked at her
not a
cosplay
rapist.
pictures?
Incredibly true. I can't.
Yes.
And
we don't know what any of that means. It's not
what do you mean you don't know what that means? That means he looked at.
We don't know if that's true or not.
So he says specifically, hey, with your cosplays, you really are a lolly.
Okay. What's the issue? What's the issue with that? What's the point?
Okay, dude.
I think the point that's being made is there's a specific sexualization of her youth. And my guess, I mean, I don't know. Yes. I'm kind of like trying to, you know.
She's
but
not
the point
that
is,
much younger.
It's like 4 years.
Yeah, but he's sexualizing
I feel like
her
when I get in these
youthfulness.
fucking conversations, everyone's just like, well, did she know the age? She didn't know the age. Did he know the age?
Most
It's important
people's
if he knew the age.
attraction
You guys are like, damn, he knew the age and he
most
wanted to
people's
fuck her
attraction-
because of the age. And what's wrong
Most
with
people's
that?
attraction moves on. So if the initial attraction isn't even weird, then I don't understand why you're using it as justification for something that's happening now. Most people's age of attraction is going to move up. Usually for men, I believe it moves up to around 20 to 25 and then stops. But, you know, it's probably moved up in that time. So why are you assuming that he's got the same attraction now? Why is that just cause to investigate him now?
Because it was specifically the childishness that he was sort of seemingly attracted to. You know, that's I think the problem.
Placing him under citizen's arrest. I just want to know if there's other people who had this
Bro, you're
interaction.
doing it's worse. It's happening to him. It's worse than citizens arrest.
I feel like you're trying to explain like this is like a normal thing too. Like this isn't like a socially normal thing. I don't even think for the time for like a 19-year-old doing this.
This was absolutely common as fuck. It was widespread.
It was
common.
Man.
You have to differentiate that. Was it common that this age gap would happen? Okay, we can argue that. Was it common that the person of the age gap is just like, this is so much more awesome because you're 15? I feel like that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was socially acceptable in the first place, though.
Again, you're pointing to like
it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm pointing
These
to
are
the
your
only
arguments,
thing we
Queen.
have.
You brought up the
You're
socially
saying-
acceptable
wait,
thing.
he's saying-
This is
you're
what
point-
you
you're
said.
pointing to him saying, like, while they're flirting, oh, I can't do anything, it'd be pedophilia. I can't do anything. Oh, you're sort of like a lolly when you think about it. Like, you're pointing to that as though it's like this massive fetishization. Like, he's making a massive focus out of like, oh, I just love getting younger and younger girls. That's what I'm all about. That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, I can't act on this stuff. Oh, but isn't it funny to play around with? That's everything that I've seen. That's everything that I've seen.
This has been pointed out in chat.
That's why we kept harping on the whole pedophile joke throughout the entire conversation.
And I'm
This
not
is why we
giving
keep harping on one joke to justify our sweeping condemnation or attempt to investigate every aspect of this guy's life. Oh man, I do not appreciate women in debates. Holy fuck.
It's a joke until at least he claims it is.
But it wouldn't actually be pedophilia.
We'll address
There
it.
used to be a board on Reddit called r/jailbait, right? The whole jailbait thing was a more socially accepted concept, and it's not anymore. It got banned. The jailbait thing is in the past, and we think that's really creepy now. But back then, the jailbait thing was a little bit more socially acceptable.
Yeah, and
child
you're
porn, it
gonna
was just a
impute
goof.
everyone
It was
who
just
ever went
funny.
on there.
Shut up, Smaggle.
But Chud, was the jailbait girls who were 18 that looked younger, or like
No, they
what
were
was the
actually
thing?
jailbait. That was
In
the
some
whole
cases,
point.
they were actually
you're
underage. Yeah, I mean,
So,
But I know you
got
niggas
shut
are
down.
15 and you
necessarily,
don't
but does
remember
that
what
make
the internet
it
was like
necessarily?
before
Does that
Reddit?
make it better?
Well, I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that it makes it better.
No, it's not better.
I'm just
It's
pointing
just,
out.
it was
It's
more
about-
normal.
It's about it not being a like massive red flag. Like, you're not gonna go and investigate every single person that ever went on jailbait back in the day, because that would be fucking insane.
I mean, I guess I just don't understand the argument, because if you're saying that it was more common, but also that doesn't make it better, then what's even the point of bringing it up if it doesn't make it better?
Because everyone was doing it. If everyone is breaking the law, then you're not doing something that bad.
The point is, I'm more on your side, Lerix, and I think there's stuff to be worried about here. Okay, but what I'm trying to point out is that there was a dynamic that existed where the jailbait stuff was played with a bit more. Not that it makes it right. Right? But go back to like the 80s and 70s, and rock stars were fucking 14-year-olds and no one cared about it. Does it make it right? No. They probably still are, yeah. It doesn't make it right, but times have changed. And I think that the reason we're seeing all these pedophile groomer allegations is we're judging Chuggaaconroy so hard by 2024 standards.
Jesus,
There's criticism to be had.
Jesus.
He's made mistakes, I think. And I am concerned that more stuff is going to come out. But I guess that this idea that we should go and conduct some investigation into whether he's nonceing other girls, I think it's more just open. And if people have got stories to tell your story. And if he's done more bad stuff, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's too late now. Everyone who's coming out should come out. Fucking shit is out of the horse.
Yeah. Obviously, at this point, it's done. His career is over.
Can somebody link me the full logs?
Yeah, I will. I'm sorry.
So you know, it's not to say that it's okay or it's justified. It's just to point out that there was more weird dynamics with this age stuff that did exist. That being said, though,
for the most part, yeah, I agree with that. It's just I'm saying like, it's still indefensible.
We're not even arguing over the scraps.
Like
I think the other side of it, though, is that, you know, I think that Kuihman and Stylo are looking at the pedo crush stuff and they're looking at it in a certain way. You know, I'd probably side more with it being like, you know, more troubling than I think maybe they're saying. But, you know, I think there is a sexualization of age that's happening there, which is concerning. But I just guess it doesn't warrant this, we need to go and investigate. It's like, if you've got a story, it's all out now, come forward. But without any other stories coming forward, I think, you know, it was just kind of creepy messages that are troubling.
I mean, I'm not calling the cops saying investigate this motherfucker, but it's like, would I be necessarily surprised if someone did and he did end up getting like investigated? I mean, not necessarily. It could be pretty understandable, I guess.
Cops would literally be better.
That'd be the better course of action.
Well, yeah.
And it's like, we're not excusing the behavior. I'd like to make that clear. It's like, this is bad behavior. He shouldn't have been doing
I know what
it.
you mean, Chud, but this is really, this would go to a lot of effort to make this fake.
Yeah, it should be implied, you dumb broad. Do you think we're saying pedophilia is good? Do you think we're saying 19-year-olds should go out DMing minors?
The internet is fucking autistic.
Women cannot have discussions. They don't know how to speak with people.
Oh, so does that mean that women are like children, and that we should?
You specifically are like a child. I believe so.
Okay, let's get into. We've been going for 2 hours now. I think we should wrap this up. Okay.
Yeah, oh my, dude, this is fucking. Hold on. Whoa. Yeah, we're making fun of women. Page 1, this shit's crazy, bro. What the fuck?
And see, that's why I'm.
I only saw little screen grabs. This is fucking weird.
Yeah, what we showed you wasn't even the worst shit. That's why I'm like. And he's like fetishizing the fact that like, oh yeah, I'm a pedo. Like it's.
Yeah, that's the main. Like I guess final notes because we want to wrap it up. But it's like, here's
well, people are saying not to wrap it up. But I don't know what else there is to say. Like I feel like
exactly.
Hold on. Why has nobody here talked about the necrophile allegations? Like what the fuck?
No one cares about the dead.
What are you talking about?
There's literally a page where he says that he wants to eat the girl's dead body. Like, come on, dude.
What do you mean?
That is obviously an insane joke. Don't be fucking.
100% Smaggle 1 here. Why are they taking everything else so seriously when they take this as a total joke? It's so insane.
Werewolf pedophiles, vampire pedophiles, and now zombie pedophiles. It's
just like, I guess, like lastly, it's just the most incriminating part is the sheer mass of how many there is. This isn't a one-off comment.
Oh, dude, I thought a fat joke was coming right there.
Yeah, dude. But he's fucking paranoid. He's gonna get called a fat. No, but yeah, just like there's so many of these things. It's just what makes it like all the more surprisable. But yeah, that's basically it.
Nicholas,
it's good though to have Kuihmans. It's good to have Kuihmans. You know, disagree. Have the take the Mr. Girl takes for the fucking
I mean, Stylo obviously was swinging with the 15 thing. Whether he hit or not is for the audience to decide. But I will.
I think they were with me. I think that was with me for real. I think I was spitting.
Okay, well.
No, it wasn't would he hit a 15-year-old. It was how would he hit a 15-year-old. Make sure you.
In what context? Was it Habbo Hotel? Was I a guy online? What's the difference?
Yeah. I appreciate you having me on though, Chud.
Yeah, no worries. Listen, if everyone's job, I'm going to point it up. So thanks for coming on. Cheers.
Sounds good. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm the best as well. No hard feelings.
No hard feelings to anyone. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to go now.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you all. Hopefully again.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah,
Pleasure.
For sure.
Okay, thanks so
back
much.
to work now. Toodaloo.
Good luck. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Can you demod her, please? Just demod her.
Smaggle one. No, Smaggle one.
That was fun. I enjoyed that.
Okay, now we get the cope session,
I
the
got a real
post-cope
kick out of that.
session. Is that all you got? Ding, 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 ding. Freezer.
Yeah, it was good. Good debate. Love a good debate, me.
Wait, Stylo, send me that clip now. Send me that now.
Thank you. Sorry.
Wait, it's probably still in DMs, isn't it? It's probably yeah, it's still in DMs. Well, I'll keep this playing. One sec.
All the stuff that just came through, and also do be the house goblin with $101. Fuck me, that's super generous. Lolcard podcast is full of fat fucks. Needs Spencer and other whales. Thank you for that. And everyone else that just gave me money too. Appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, I fucked up. I didn't mean to do that. You know, that was good. That was the kind of thing we want to see, isn't it? You know, I just thought.
This is Stylo leaving that Discord call.
Hey, it's me, Goku! Is that all you got? Frieza? What did you say to me?
Oh man. It's not even funny if you don't know the other clip. It's so good. How is it so good, man?
It would be fun to bring people on to argue about it.
You know.
Hopefully you enjoyed the content.
Basically, I won't explain it. It's not funny if I explain it. If I explain it. That's cringe. Explain the joke.
Yeah, you know, I think.
What other clip? You should play it live.
Hey, thank you for the super chat.
Off depressed people.
I can't fix it. I literally have to manually change it for the scene transition.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
More chud panels, slurs, autists, let's go. What if the roles were reversed?
Bro, what is this? Look at this tweet, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think I'll say my piece on it. You know, I think that I can definitely see the concerns. I guess the concern for me is just like, you know, what happens from here. And the problem is, it's all out of our hands. Lerix is holding on to that pedophile comment too hard. I don't think there's any evidence of him specifically getting off on being younger. It seemed like a cringe joke to me. Well, this is the thing, is like, you can I think there's an argument to be made either way. I don't think it's strong enough that I'm going to assume that he's predating on children, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised if something else came out. If something else came out, I would probably not be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'd be like, okay, well, you know, there was some definite red flags and we saw. But I just don't know if I would need to go, you know, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I need to go and check and make sure I need to Smaggle. Oh, shit. I need to go, you know, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I need to go and check if Chugga is molesting women now and talking to girls, young girls like that now, you know? Like, if my daughter, when she was older, said, oh, this guy called Chuggaaconroy just messaged me, I'd be like, stop, don't, right? I would not want that to happen. But I don't think that he's like presents some significant risk now that it needs to be investigated, I guess is my kind of position on it, right? Definitely cause for concern. And I can understand why other people might be bothered about it. But more so probably the foot fetish thing, I guess would be the kind of weird thing too. Because, you know, you can imagine.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Maybe that's
how do I make
hey!
money off depressed people?
Just there, thank you for the 800 bits. But yeah, no, I thought, you know, it was a good combo. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's all, you know, obviously we've had a bit of the Mac stuff as well, but a lot of that was just agreeing. I think there's a lot of agreement on that, so it's nice to have something where there is some contention. I'm UK size 11, which is what, size 12, I think, in the US. There we go. There's a little tidbit for you.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off
Like desperately trying to pay our way into the community. Desperately.
Okay, that's wonderful.
I am accepting. I'm accepting.
became a member.
Don't be such a quack. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Guys, you're right. Don't be such a quack. Message me when I said I needed mods and said, hey, can I mod YouTube chat? I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, that was it. That was what happened. Why is everyone acting like some crazy thing going on?
All oilers
I'm not fucking
accepted.
online kittens. I'm not
All
interested in that. I'm
oilers
not doing that. I'm
welcomed.
not fucking women on the internet, okay?
Okay.
Trans or otherwise. That's not my thing, okay? Fuck me, you guys are so annoying.
Andre Bradshaw became a member.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Just here to give away
Hey.
the Prime sub. Hope it was a good stream.
J-Stalk, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good one. There is no situation. That is long in the past. Guys, I don't think you understand. Listen, I'm not fucking in the DMs of women on the internet, okay? Back in 2021 and before in 2020, I had a severe and continuous lapse of judgment, okay? Yes, but that's in my past. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not
Why is he pretending it ended there? Why is he pretending
sexual
that?
conversations with randoms from the internet, okay?
Come on
That's not
now.
what I'm doing. God, you guys are so annoying. Most of the DMs are with men.
Slow it down. I'm being worn out, Stylo. You've made me tired. That's what you've done. I'm beset.
You know, I've been talking to Seven, but it has been purely, strictly business about the Mama Max stuff. Not even a hint of flirtation, okay?
I'm just
There's nothing.
I'm just getting
There's literally
fatigued.
nothing. You guys are
Streaming
fucking
fatigue.
on one for no reason. No, I'm not fucking... Listen, I'm not. There is no fucking weird flirting or sexting. It's just business as usual shit. God, you guys are so annoying. I'm not doing anything.
Oh, he's so pissed. He's so pissed. Just go get Childware's own chat
sent me a
so
message.
bad.
Here's some fan art. Oh, thank you very much. There we go. No fucking weird shit going on. Yeah, I'm protesting because I'm getting unfairly attacked and maligned for apparently trying to collect Discord kittens when that's not happening. I'm defensive because people are unreasonably attacking me, okay? I welcome any woman who... Women, if I have fucking sexted with you in the past, you know, I don't know, what fucking time frame are we talking?
I got him with this one as well.
Welcome to Chud Nation.
Shut
I'm not ending my stream yet. I've got more stuff I need to talk about. I need to get some more stuff for YouTube cuts. 2 years? Come on, 2 years. Give me a fucking break, man.
He said 2021. That's what he said. I think 2 years is fair.
2 years? Are you serious? Fucking hell, that's a bit long, isn't it? But at the moment, and for a significant period of time, I have not been seeking out, engaging in, or talking to women in that nature, okay? Fuck me, it's more trouble than it's worth. I'm a well-behaved person. I'm not doing that shit, okay? I'm not looking online. I'm just doing my little fucking stream.
Oh, man.
Running my little media empire, okay? And that's it, right? The risk is way too high that some weird...
Browsing the aisles.
Right? That you have a conversation with. Oh, I'm going to leak it. I'm going to make you look bad. Oh, look what Chud said to me. Oh. I'm recovered. I'm recovered from that, okay? There was a continuous and severe lapse in judgment early on in my content creation career. There was maybe a couple of other issues onwards from that. Not issues, but just having those kinds of conversations. But now it's not happening. It's done, okay? Fuck me. Quack couldn't cancel me if they wanted to. There's nothing in our DMs that would be anything just... It's just, oh, can I be a mod? Yeah, sure, no problem. There we go. That's it. Nothing.
I'm so tired from spending all this stream attempting to convince this chat that you do well and sort of debate on the internet. I know. It's sad, isn't it? I actually thought I did worse than I did, okay? Honest. Thought I was going to have to own some L's there.
This is obviously a joke. This is obviously a fucking joke. What do you mean? There nothing. 15 years ago, how old was I? How old am I now? I was like 23. I'm in 22, being retarded.
So I will only do this for stuff that I have not been able to profit from on my stream, okay? What is this?
Indicated that many more people.
I'll accept the shill, but call me Mommy Quack and I'll dono another 5 subs.
Yes! Mommy Quack! Mommy Quack! Thank you for the $5. I appreciate you, Mommy Quack. Okay?
We're headed out.
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
Yeah, there was... who was I in a relationship with back then? I can't even fucking remember. Guys, I don't
He's
mean to
whoring
sound
himself
like
out.
fucking Lothario, but I honestly can't fucking remember half the women I've slept with. It's fucking been... I'm 37 years old, for fuck's sake. You know, it's been, you know... It's been a long time. It's not even a humble, which is true. When you're 37 years old, you forget about loads of people that you... I don't know, that's normal, right? I don't remember I do not remember and recall every single sexual encounter I've ever had in my life. You know, do people do that? I mean, unless it's quite minimal, I guess. You're not going to remember, are you? Well, no, you don't. When you get older, you don't count. Who count? Who the fuck counts? Like, it's stupid. I'm not out here fucking, you know, looking to slam chicks left, right, and center, right? But like, you know, it's not something. You don't score notches into your bedpost past like your mid-20s or late 20s, I'd say. You know, I've had like long-term relationships. I've had other times when it's been more dating, which obviously is you know, different dynamic. You know, you tend to sleep with more people when you're just dating and fucking around. When you're in long-term relationship, obviously, unless you end up cheating, tends to be that's just a one situation, isn't it? God, you guys are so annoying though. I am innocent of all accusations of trying to get Discord kittens.
Oh man, he's coping. He's coping.
Because people are acting like I'm in people's DMs fucking doing the Rizzling, and I'm not. Anyway, listen, we're going to move on, okay? Because this is too much for me. Anyway, there we go. I thought that was a good convo. We had some fun. I mean, it's been taken up with Chuggaaconroy today. I've got some other stuff I want to get to, so let's get to that now.
Okay, that's the end of it, innit? Jesus. Okay.